Tranmere's campaign began with a first-round, first-leg defeat at Blackpool. But David Kelly scored twice in the return game at Prenton Park to see off the second division side. Leicester entered the fray in round 2. After a 3-3 draw in the first leg at Crystal Palace, they strolled to a 4-2 home win. Tranmere faced Coventry and recorded arguably the result of the competition, a 5-1 first leg win. David Kelly the hero with his first hat-trick for the club. And Scott Taylor's header ended any hopes Coventry had of a fight back at Highfield Road. Muzzy Izzet set Leicester on their way against Grimsby in round 3, his 8th of the season. He's only managed one more since then. Tranmere saw off Oxford United with Tony Grant on loan from Everton, benefiting from an error that no doubt still haunts Andre Arenzi. Leicester and Leeds had to be separated by penalties in round 4 after a goalless draw.
First player to miss, Lee Bowiak. Unlucky. This is the crucial kick. Leicester go through. Muzzy Izzet the hero.
No such problems for Tranmere at home to Barnsley. Rovers romping to a 4-0 win. Michael Black especially pleased with his first career goal. Leicester looked to be going out in the quarter-finals when Jeff Horsfield put Fulham 2 up at Filbert Street 15 minutes from time. But Ian Marshall handed the Foxes a lifeline in the 85th minute. And then
Taggart swings one into the box. And there's a chance. Oh, never right off Leicester City.
Fulham came back. Chris Coleman restored their lead in extra time. But Leicester refused to lie down, and Ian Marshall made it 3-3. The subsequent penalty shootout was a nightmare for the Cottagers, who missed their first 2. The home side took full advantage of that.
At least the ball is in the safe hands of their leading scorer, Horsfield. He's got to hit the target here. Arthur saved it, and Leicester City are through to the semi-finals of the Worthington Cup.
Tranmere produced a stirring performance against Middlesbrough. David Kelly opened the scoring, then came a moment of individual brilliance.
A tremendous throw out. What a throw. Parkinson. And still, what a goal by Parkinson!
The first leg of the semi-final at Villa Park ended in stalemate, thanks mainly to a superb save by Tim Flowers. It was almost as tight in the second leg. One goal proving enough.
Ball in early to Elliott, and finds the net! What a goal! Matty Elliott has done it again!
Tranmere travelled to the Reebok Stadium for the first leg of their semi-final against Bolton, and Clint Hill's strike left Wembley firmly in their sights. And it proved to be party time in the return at Prenton Park.
Suddenly there's danger for Taylor, who goes down, and the referee has pointed to the penalty spot. And in it goes. There's a quick through ball for Kelly. He can get his goal here. And has. That's it. They can start ordering the Wembley suits now.
And they are now wearing those Wembley suits. On Friday, all the talk was of an injury to a Tranmere player. Well, Alan Bentley has all the team news and can clear up all the mysteries for us now.
Yes, indeed, Marcus. That mystery man was Dave Challoner after all, but he's had a fitness test this morning on an ankle problem. John Aldridge has said he's fit, but I just wonder how big a risk that is today. Dave Challoner is such a vital part of Tranmere's play, of course, with those throw-ins. At least his wrists are OK, I suppose. Anyway, here's the two sides. Let's start with Leicester City for you. And in goal, Tim Flowers plays in his first major final at the age of 33. His last appearance here, well, that came for England almost 5 years ago against Brazil. The 3, Frank Sinclair missed last year's final after breaking a curfew. He did score Chelsea's opener, though, against Middlesbrough 2 years back, and he's alongside 4 Jerry Taggart and skipper Matt Elliott, wearing 18, his wife expecting a baby any day now. And in midfield, 6 Muzzy Izzet and 7 Neil Lennon. They played in Leicester's 97 win, also against Borough. Lennon, in fact, scored an own goal in John Aldridge's first game as a manager back in April 1996, and he's OK, incidentally, after an ankle problem of his own. Up front, England's midweek man of the match, Emile Heskey at 9, another survivor from 3 years ago, and 27, Tony Cottee, a loser here for Everton in the FA Cup, and another looking for his first major honour, this after 18 years in the game. What about then Tranmere? Let's have a look then. Confirmation that 5 Dave Challoner is in. Elsewhere, well, others are also very much on the mend. Teenage keeper Joe Murphy returned against Newcastle last week after breaking a collarbone and undergoing knee surgery. 6 Clint Hill, he's back after ankle trouble of his own, plus a suspension. While 33 Gareth Roberts, he makes a Lazarus-style recovery after being stretchered off last Sunday. The 2 outstanding youngsters, well, they're Alan Marn at 7 and 14, Andy Parkinson, another whose participation was in doubt. He came off early on against Newcastle. 11 Nick Henry, he's been here a couple of times in his olden days. A birthday in the week for him, his wife's birthday today. And 15 Gary Jones, the only Tranmere survivor from the last time the 2 sides met 4 years ago. This his 200th appearance. And up front, well, watch out for the evergreen 9 David Kelly, captain in the absence of the cup-tied Wayne Allison, top scorer in the competition with 7 so far, a first Wembley appearance in his 17th season career. And he and number 10 Scott Taylor, they're the only players to have cost any money, 500,000 in total. I wonder what Emile Heskey is worth. That's all the team news, Marcus. We'll try and find out from John Aldridge exactly what the situation is with Dave Challoner.
Alan, thank you very much indeed. Well, it's a cloudy, windy February afternoon around Wembley, but our helicopter is high above, bringing the very best views. There are the Twin Towers, about to witness their last League Cup final before, of course, being demolished in the summer. A wonderful scene, it always is, no matter how many times you witness it. The fans milling around.
Martin O'Neill had almost a full squad from which to choose this team. The only players unavailable were Stan Collymore and Darren Eadie, who are both cup-tied. Neil Lennon, Muzzy Izzet, Steve Guppy and Tony Cottee have all recovered from long-term injuries. The omission of centre-back Phil Gilchrist is the one decision over which the Leicester manager agonised. Gilchrist amongst the Leicester substitutes.
Well, Martin O'Neill, the usual 3 centre-backs and the wing-back formation. Flowers in goal, looking forward to the big day, Tim Flowers. Sinclair, Elliott and Taggart. Obviously, Elliott and Taggart are going to have to deal with this bombardment from Challoner's throw-ins. Sinclair himself is no mug in the air, leaps well. Down the right-hand side, Robbie Savage and Steve Guppy. I think it's an important game for Steve Guppy. Has he really recovered from the cartilage operation? Because he's against absolute sheer pace this afternoon against Andy Parkinson. The 3 in midfield, Izzet, Lennon and Oakes. Well, that's a very strong trio against 2 from Tranmere. That'll be an interesting battle in there. Little Cottee, you know how he'd love to score at Wembley. Looking for knockdowns off Heskey. Heskey's so impressive during the week. He'll be looking to use his pace and power against perhaps a 90% fit Dave Challoner.
Well, John Aldridge had to deal with a multitude of injury problems before naming his lineup. Dave Challoner provided the biggest scare. He turned an ankle, as you've heard, in training, and right up to this morning it was doubtful if Wembley would witness Challoner's prodigious throw-ins. He's made the starting lineup, but it has to be a risk. Similarly, Clint Hill, Gareth Roberts and Andy Parkinson all play despite being less than 100% fit.
Yeah, what a magical afternoon for Tranmere Rovers and the supporters. Fantastic. 4-4-2 for Aldridge's side. Young Joe Murphy in goal. Hazel, Challoner, Hill and Roberts. What a big game for this fella. Nephew of Bob Hazel. Youngster, you know, it's a big day for him. Can he handle it? Challoner with a problem. Is he 100%? But with his throw-in, he has to play. Hill has to be very careful today. His composure, certainly, his temperament is suspect. Roberts, miracle recovery, absolutely, against Newcastle in the FA Cup. Looked as if he's no chance. Tough little fullback. He plays today. 4 across the middle. Parkinson and Mann for me. So important they perform, especially Parkinson. With his pace, his blistering pace against Guppy. Jones, Henry, and I look for, I think, Mann, when he's not got the ball, he'll be looking to get in here and help out the 2 midfield players in Jones and Henry against the 3 Oakes, Lennon and Izzet of Leicester City. And up front, Kelly with positional sense, fantastic. Top scorer in the competition. And Taylor, I think Taylor can play a big part. He is very, very pacey indeed.
The stadium full, the atmosphere terrific, the kick-off just about 15 minutes away.
Yeah, the last of the bootlaces are being tied down below. You have the best view in the house. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, the two teams will emerge. Between Leicester and TranmereRovers, Tranmere hoping to become the 6th side from outside the top division to win this competition. Sheffield Wednesday were the last back in 1991. Leicester 5-2 on favourites. Now, at the moment, the capacity crowd is being entertained by a very lively gospel choir. She is in terrific voice, it has to be said. Dave Bassett, Steve Claridge and Nigel Spackman are enjoying the music and getting very excited. This is the moment you want to be a manager or a player down in those dressing rooms, isn't it?
It's the moment that you're coming out. I mean, I came here in a playoff final. This fella did us up in the last minute. And I came here with Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United, and it's tremendous, as Nigel was saying before. As you come up and you can see all the colours and everything else, it's a fantastic. Your adrenaline goes up, your blood's tingling, and if you've read anything about you, you actually want to play. It was interesting going back. I felt Sheffield United, when we come here, we'd worn ourselves out before. We were the expectation, because it was Sheffield Wednesday, a local derby, and Trevor was in charge, and I think we thought it was our cup final, and I know one or two of our players at the end of full time, like Glyn Hodges, just couldn't raise a gallop. But I just detect with the Tranmere lads and seeing the young boy Parkinson, I think he's really looking forward to it. I don't think they're necessarily suffered from that today. No,
well, I suppose they realised that it could be their one and only chance, so they just got to go out, enjoy it as much as they can, and do as much as they can.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all talking as if it's their first big game they've ever played in. I mean, they've had 2 semi-finals, they've played against 4 or 5 Premiership opposition, so that they're used to different atmospheres. I think the difference with this game is the build-up. You've got 3 or 4 days where you go away, you're in a hotel, where it's totally different, totally foreign to anything you've known before. You've got a lot more time on your hands, and it's basically how do you use that time. And if you use it fretting and worrying about the game, you're not going to have a lot left on the day, I'm afraid.
Nigel, how did you prepare for a really big Wembley occasion?
I think opposite to what Steve thinks, I think it's a completely different day to anything else you've experienced coming here in a cup final. You come up here with the build-up for the game, all the press, the managers getting together, talking about things. I think when you come up that tunnel and you'll see these flags, these lads from Tranmere who play, no disrespect to them, in front of 6,000 people normally, to come here and play in front of 78,000 people is completely new to you. It's wide open spaces, it's not closed down. Hopefully they'll come here and express themselves, reach for the sky, but keep your feet on the ground and keep yourself in control. And I think, you know, they could upset Leicester today. Let's not take anything away from Tranmere. They've done tremendously well to come through in the Worthington Cup. They've done well in the FA Cup against good sides, but most of it has been at home. Most of it's been at home. This is a big, big day here. It's a neutral ground, but I think Leicester will be a little bit more used to it than what Tranmere are, and they'll be in that tunnel now, and the adrenaline been going. They just want, as a player, you just want to get out there and play now and enjoy it.
Well, there's Matt Elliott, who can't wait to take his side up the tunnel, and there is John Aldridge with a big smile on his face. We mustn't forget, Dave, yeah, they've beaten 4 Premiership sides this season. They gave Newcastle a very hard game only a week ago.
Oh yeah, there'll be no pushover. I mean, they used the Challoner throw to very, very good effect, and anybody who ignores that, it's at their peril, because West Ham suffered from it, Middlesbrough suffered from it, and I mean, to beat Coventry at home 5-1, I believe it was. I mean, that's a phenomenal result against a Premier League side. But again, it's a different ball game today, but I would think that they're reasonably relaxed, and they're quite happy that nobody's given them a chance, and we know upsets do come in the cup, and Martin O'Neill, he will be concerned that they are to some extent expected to win it, and that does add a little bit of extra pressure on you.
Well, Martin's always a bundle of nerves, Steve. What was he like 3 years ago, just waiting to bring the side out? Can you remember?
Yeah, I mean, very vividly, actually, yeah. I've noticed, I've detected a slight difference maybe with Martin. I think he's been a lot calmer this year. Seems to be taking things in his stride more so. I mean, it was new for him at that stage. I mean, this is probably old hat now. Been there, seen it and done it. But it's a time we're talking about Tranmere, and it's a time really when if you don't take advantage of the day, and if you don't want to play in front of this crowd and you freeze up, it's something you'll regret for the rest of your life, and I'm sure they've thought about that and realise that this is a one-off and they need to make the most of it.
Leicester have been accused this season of being negative, Nigel. Is there a danger that today they'll go out and try and play a little too much football and come a cropper because of that?
No, I think Leicester and Tranmere will just go out and play their normal games and try and win it. I think they've been knocked, Leicester, but they've had a lot of injuries, especially to the strikers, and that changes your outlook on the game. But today it'll be a good open game, Marcus.
Well, here they come. And no matter how much they prepared for this moment, it is going to be something special. Unbelievable scenes. This beats just about anything I've witnessed at Wembley in the past. The Leicester fans at the tunnel end, so the players will have heard them first. The Tranmere players will be delighted to see their horde of supporters cheering them on from the opposite end. Those fireworks get more and more dramatic every year, don't they?
It's just... we can't really see a lot, to be fair. It's more like a Serie A game, but no, it's certainly spectacular. It makes good viewing for everybody.
I think the thing is, Marcus, when you come up that tunnel and you hit it, it's just a noise. You don't know if it's Leicester supporters, Tranmere supporters, it's just a complete noise, and you just then hear them singing. And now with...
Tell you what's interesting, see Gary Jones in the team today. With Alisson out, of course, they need that little bit of extra height, and maybe he could be the one that arrives late from a deep position and causes Leicester a few problems. It's a big old lad.
It's blustery out there as well, isn't it? You can see it on the Tranmere shirts. Far from ideal conditions, and there's going to be about 10,000 burst balloons all over the playing surface as well.
Yeah, the pitch looks like a dustbin now, doesn't it? I'm not sure I thought that was a good idea. Making up for the millennium muck-up, aren't they?
Steady, Dave. Let's just hope
as well,
let's hope the two teams don't serve up rubbish over the next 90 minutes on the pitch. Well, they're lining up, waiting to meet the dignitaries, and no doubt craning their necks to try and see their friends and family in the reserve seats. Must be almost impossible to pick out your friends and family.
It is. I mean, I think a lot of... I mean, you're just thinking now towards the game and dreaming about maybe scoring the winner or, you know, playing a big part in it. So, you know, they'll want to just get on with it now, I think.
Fantastic noise.
I think another thing that stands Leicester in good stead is they lost last year, and they know the feeling now of what it's like to lose, and they won't want to go through that again.
Well, Matt Elliott is the Leicester captain, and he is introducing his players to the various officials. Ian Napier, who is the chief executive of Bass Brewers, Peter Middleton, the chairman of the Football League, and John McKeown, the chief executive of the Football League. Did they stop and talk to you 3 years ago, Steve? Any of the officials?
Do you know, that bit is just a blur, I'm afraid.
That's gone, has it?
Yeah, it's just gone. I mean, obviously, just pleasantries and that, but no, now you're just thinking about the game, unfortunately.
It is the last moment on earth when you want to have a pleasantry, isn't it?
Well, I was lucky in the cup final, although we lost to Wimbledon. That Lady Di was the special guest, and I had a silly headband on because I had a split eye on the Monday before the cup final, and I think she thought I was playing at Wimbledon, playing tennis rather than against them. So we had a good chat, but you don't, as Steve says, unless it's something like that, you don't really remember. You just want to get on and play the game and try and play well, and your team win.
I think what happens, Marcus, at Wembley, probably Steve would bear me out, the occasion goes very quickly, doesn't it? An hour and a half football just seems to flash by. A league game, sometimes you're sitting there at Wembley, and then the next day you're looking back and you're trying to grab, and you really want to relive it.
Yeah, what happened? Isn't it? It's what happened. Yeah.
So there's David Kelly, Tranmere captain in the absence of Wayne Allison, and we should remember Wayne Allison cup-tied because he played 7 minutes in the first round for Huddersfield against Scunthorpe before his transfer.
But unfortunately, that's what happens as well. I was lucky enough, it worked the other way for me. I was at Chelsea. Chelsea went to Liverpool, and my first game was coming on sub in the semi-final of what was the Littlewoods competition. I ended up playing here, so it does work the other way as well, thankfully.
Well, David Kelly has a microphone on his shirt. Let's see if we can hear him introducing some of the players.
It's a big day, isn't it, Marcus, for the goalkeeper, for Murphy.
Absolutely.
Big game, 18.
I think it's understanding him, Marcus. We can hear him, but it's just understanding him, mate.
We get a rough idea of what they're talking about.
Trying to think of everybody's names.
John Aldridge, the
Let's hope that Mr. Wilkie has a good game today.
Yes, we should mention the officials. Alan Wilkie, his last season, good old send-off for him. Wendy Toms running one of the lines, along with Paul Armstrong. Joe Royal not terribly impressed to hear that Wendy Toms was one of the lines people today, which is there on merit. Any comments about that, guys?
I can't really think why.
Well, we won't go into that one. But it is now time for the national anthem. Sung with enormous gusto by more than 75,000 passionate supporters. Kick-off just moments away now as the balloons are released into the grey Wembley skies. And there's Tony Coddy, 18 years a professional, never won a major honour. Is it going to be today?
Keep asking me that, but I think it will. I mean, I'd like to say it'd be great for Tony. Obviously, saw the obvious disappointment yesterday. Last year. Absolutely distraught. And if anyone deserves it, Tony does after the career he's had.
Well, he's promised not to cry, win or lose today. That's one of the abiding memories of last year's final, isn't it, Dave?
It certainly is, but I'm sure Ned Kelly, who's sort of done a great job for Tranmere, who's been around all these years, it's more or less his last year. And you can see he's relishing the thought of captaining Tranmere today, so there's one of them's going to be disappointed at the end.
Tony Coddy making sure his boots are done up. He doesn't want to trip over in the first minute. There is David Kelly, 34 years of age. Yeah, he and Tony Coddy have had very similar careers, haven't they? And for both of them, this could be the all-important moment.
Well, he's the leading scorer in this competition, Marcus, with 7 goals. And obviously, a hat-trick against Coventry, I think it was in an earlier round. But he just relished playing out here today. I think he knows deep down, most probably the same with the likes of Nick Henry, that maybe this is their last opportunity to play in a major cup final at Wembley. And I think they'll try and make the most of it today, enjoy the whole occasion, try and remember it, and put on a good display for themselves and for their fans. And let's hope they all do.
Well, will he be lifting the trophy at 10-5, or will he? Of course, got the all-important goal in the semi-final.
Sorry?
Scored in the semi-final.
Yes.
Defender by nature, but been a great striker this
Yeah, he's well, I saw him turn Marcel Desailly inside out, which isn't bad for a centre-half, and he scored some vital goals. Funny enough, Leicester have always had centre-halves. It's Steve Walsh who's been able to go up front and score vital goals for them over the years, and you know, Matty Elliott's obviously no exception.
It was a good header he scored as well, Marcus, wouldn't you remember that?
And he has got so much experience now. He'll marshal that Leicester defensive unit, put up with the bombardment of Dave Challoner throws and anything else that goes towards them. And there's the youth in the Tranmere side. Andy Parkinson, once of Liverpool. When he left Liverpool, he might have thought, well, my chances of a cup final have come and gone.
But sometimes you have to step down to go back up, and I think this lad, a lot of clubs are looking at him now. Maybe Liverpool are looking at him again. He's got his main asset is his pace, but we've seen him score a couple of tremendous goals this season, notably the one against Middlesbrough. And he's the one that is going to cause Leicester's problems today, especially if he gets in behind Guppy and then starts running at the likes of Taggart and Elliott with his pace. I think that would be the main threat, besides a long throw, him down that right-hand side. And he can play on the left-hand side as well if they want to swap it over. So I think John's got a few permutations he can look at. But
certainly
in the end, it's his pace that they've got to stop,
certainly going forward against Guppy, who's not the most defensive of players. He could provide their main weapon, to be fair.
Yes, he's some player, still only 20. There he is. Mr. O'Neill.
Can you see him being like that during the game?
No, I was just thinking that'll be the last quiet, sedate moment he enjoys.
That jacket will be off soon, he'll be jumping up and down, won't it?
Jacket off, tie around his neck, glasses hanging down.
I think both managers, I mean, John will be doing the same. I think we saw that in the semi-final. He'll be jumping up and down as well.
It could be a very interesting sideshow, the two managers, Dave, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could be. They might end up having a wrestle.
I was going to say.
There's plenty of room for it down there, isn't there?
Bit of WWF Raw live before the scheduled time. Well, kickoff is just a few moments later than we anticipated, and there is going to be a minute's silence now in memory of one of the greats, Sir Stanley Matthews, who of course died a few days ago.
There will now be a moment's silence for the late great Sir Stanley Matthews.
OK, very quickly, who's going to win, Nigel?
Leicester just.
Sir Stanley
Leicester 2-0.
I'm afraid I've got to go for Leicester.
Clean sweep, according to the experts. We shall see. Match commentators, Alan Brazil and Alan Parrott.
Well, Sir Stan would have enjoyed that immaculate tribute. He, of course, had the ultimate honour of having a cup final named after him. I wonder if any of today's players will win a permanent place in Wembley's Hall of Fame. The man in charge today is Alan Wilkie, and he could be presiding over a unique event in Wembley history, because if there's no winner after 90 minutes and extra time, the final will be decided on penalties for the first time ever in League Cup history. This, the 40th League Cup final, the 34th and last ever being played at this particular Wembley Stadium. TranmereRovers in the first major cup final in their 106-year history. Leicester City in their 5th League Cup final alone. Only Liverpool, Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest have appeared in more finals in this competition. And of course, it's Leicester's 3rd time here in the League Cup in the last 4 seasons. TranmereRovers in the white shirts, Leicester in blue. I'm afraid the English climate has rather let us down on a colourful occasion. Grey skies over Wembley, very windy, and the wind is at the backs of the TranmereRovers team in this first half. Tim Flowers in the first major cup final of his 16-year career with a goal kick against the wind. Savage with the first throw. Lennon. Those two back in tandem now in Leicester's midfield. They've missed so many games in recent weeks, as of course has Steve Guppy and Tony Cottee.
I think it's very important that Tranmere start very, very well, closing down. If they give the 3 in midfield, you know, Oaks Lennon is at time on the ball, then they'll feel for Heskey all the time. They can't afford to let that happen, especially with a doubt over Challoner's fitness.
Including playoff finals, this is Leicester's 7th visit to Wembley in the last 9 seasons. An incredible record. They will face the first free kick taken by Nick Henry, who's played in a final here before. In fact, he leaves it in the end, and it's hit in high towards Hill. And the referee saw an infringement by the Tranmere player. Free kick to Leicester City.
I think this young man's got a big, big responsibility on his shoulders. He's going to have to look after Heskey. We know he has temperament problems sometimes. And early on in the game, getting right across Heskey, immediately just to show him, I ain't scared of your presence. He has to keep his cool out.
I was going to say Hill was actually ruled out at one stage earlier this week of this match because of an injury problem. But got an ankle and has only just come back into the side after a 4-match suspension. Here's Taggart. A long ball for Heskey, who had such a terrific game here, of course, in his first start for England on Wednesday night. Hazel with the back pass. And first kick for the 18-years-old Tranmere goalkeeper Joe Murphy. I doubt if there's ever been a younger keeper in a major Wembley final. Foul there on Lennon.
A little late challenge there. Henry is a tough little character, competitor. Just saying to Lennon, hey, I know you're good in the ball, but you're going to have to contend with me today.
Nick Henry, in fact, the only Tranmere player who's ever played in a League Cup final before. As I mentioned, he was on the losing side for Oldham against Nottingham Forest as a 21-year-old 10 years ago now. Oakes with the free kick. Elliott's gone forward, wins the header, cleared by Hazel, comes out to Izzet, and belated offside against Emil Heskey.
Well, Cotty's furious. Cotty was coming back. He's saying, no, Heskey was not offside. Look at Cotty. As the ball's played, Heskey's clearly onside.
Heskey scored the late equaliser here in the 1997 final against Middlesbrough, forcing that to a replay, which Leicester, of course, won at Hillsborough with a goal by our studio guest today, Steve Claridge. Steve Guppy's header finds Oakes. That's a good ball for Heskey. Cotty is peeled away in the centre. Heskey's got the power to keep going and wins the first corner of the game from Dave Challoner's challenge.
Well, that'll give Challoner an abundance of confidence early on. Heskey knows the big centre-half's got a problem. He says, go on then, let's test you out. Knocks into space, but Challoner gets across.
Izzet's corner kick is a good one. Murphy stretched and took that well. Excellent handling by the teenage keeper. Sinclair gets there ahead of Kelly, and for Sky digital viewers watching on Sky Sports Extra, our player cam will follow for the next 15 minutes Leicester's Neil Lennon.
Young goalkeeper Joe Murphy will be delighted. He's had a good clearance, and this time coming, catching cleanly. That'll give him a lot of confidence early on.
First Wembley sight of the Challoner huge throw. Leicester dealt with it first time. Sinclair gets it away second time as well. A challenge by Lennon, and Guppy can break here for Leicester. Run into a bit of trouble there. And Kelly, the Tranmere captain, gets in behind Oakes. First chance perhaps for Tranmere. And Flowers had to turn it behind.
Wow, what a beautiful first touch from Kelly. This is class. Suddenly Guppy's in trouble. Look at this for a touch. Brilliant. If he had pace, he'd have been gone right in the box. Now he's thinking to cross it just right, and Flowers can't take any chances. A good start for Tranmere. That's great play. Taggart out the game. Oakes trying to get back. He can't tackle. He's in the box. And Flowers just making sure.
Alan Marn with the corner for Tranmere. Both Hill and Challoner have come forward. Kelly waiting to pick up the pieces. And Flowers under pressure. Slightly mishandled it, but at least got it away from danger. Hazel has given it away. Cotty. Only Oakes in support for him at the moment. Takes on Roberts, who's a tough little character, Gareth Roberts. Sent off twice this season.
How can he be out there after that tackle with Dyer? You know, I think John Aldridge thought he's got no chance. Fears of a broken leg, but look at this for tenacity against Cotty. Superb.
Yeah, he ended up with just heavy bruising on the shin when everyone feared it was a broken leg in the last minute of the cup tie against Newcastle last week. FA Cup, of course. Here's Izzet. Tries to get it back to Savage. It's all a bit tight there for Leicester, but out of that situation they've earned a corner.
He looked to get himself on the ball. It's lovely when he links up with Lennon, little inter-passing. That's what Tranmere have to stop this afternoon.
Muzzy Izzet. Here's where Leicester would very much like to have Challoner on those huge throws. Leicester have never won a Wembley Cup final in 6 previous attempts. They've lost 4 FA Cup finals, and of course in the League Cup they lost one and drew the other, eventually winning the replay.
Stats like that, I'm sure John Aldridge was piling into his players all week building up to this final.
Oakes. Ball breaks for Kelly. A long ball by Marne, should be Sinclair's. Tim Flowers had to race out there and there was danger. Challoner beaten to it by Heskey. Gets it back from Cotty. Is it crowded out of it by Jones in midfield? Steve Guppy gets it back from Neil Lennon. Excellent ball. Lennon again. Sinclair in space. Savage out on the right flank here. A complete miss kick by Sinclair. Alan Marne charged over by Savage. That's a free kick.
Yeah, Tranmere looking desperately for Mann to get you going down that left-hand side, as is Parkinson, the ball just overhead. I think this is Leicester's only problem, the pace that Tranmere possess. Parkinson is so fast, and also Taylor playing up alongside Kelly. He's got a great turn of speed.
Tranmere's first major cup final, but certainly not their first visit here. In fact, they came here 4 times to Wembley in just over a year in the early 1990s, playoff finals and the old Leyland Daff final. They won 2 and lost 2 of their previous visits. Sinclair, his 3rd major final in the last 3 years, the previous 2 for Chelsea. Difficult ball there for Guppy, he did well. And that's an excellent ball. Muzzy is it. Only Heskey ahead of him for Leicester. Oakes doing well. The challenge from Challoner will bring the free kick, and a word from the referee. The Leicester players very unhappy about that tackle, crowding around Dave Challoner.
I was talking about Clint Hill, he has to be so careful, Hill. But to be honest, I thought the 2 of them went full-blooded into this challenge. Oakes has definitely come off the worst, but the fans, oh, you can see from that angle, that's a nasty, nasty one. Oakes, really, he'd be lucky to get away with a serious injury here. I think he's lucky that Hill's legs, his feet, go through Oakes's legs, and I think that stops him getting a serious injury.
Well, he's another who's been in trouble with referees, sent off 3 times this season, 5 times in the last 18 months, Clint Hill.
He's got to be so careful now.
Lennon's free kick is decent, and the little back header almost caught out Murphy. Good reaction.
Well, I think it's Heskey's head that gets to this ball first. Beautiful ball from Lennon, right in the danger area. And again, the youngster Murphy, super, down his left-hand side. A safe pair of hands. Heskey with a flick on, Murphy with a save. Just thinking back to that challenge, Al. Clint Hill, it's the last thing he wanted early on in the match, to be doing something as stupid as that. He's really on thin ice.
Muzzy, is it offside?
I'm sure Leicester are going to try and get runs from deep midfield. Look at this. You can see it's this near side is the offside. Is it with a deep run from midfield? Tranmere do push up quickly, and that's how you counter it. Runs from midfield.
Challoner's free kick. The target was Jones, and it's come through to Kelly. Good save by Flowers. Superb goalkeeping.
Wow, this is a special save. Flowers commits himself, and look how sharp Kelly is. As I said before, his positional sense is brilliant, and that's a brave save from the goalkeeper.
And he might be called in action again here, because of course it's gone out for a throw-in, and we all know what that means. Not quite so much room to move back here to get a real long run-up.
Where's Mattel, he's saying?
Well, look at the distance he still managed. And Flowers again, decisive.
Well, decisive, Al. He's come for one where Hill was at the back of him. He didn't quite get it. Just at the second attempt, he gets it there.
Emil Heskey. Martin O'Neill, just over 4 years in charge of Leicester now, and I think it's fair to say there's never been a dull moment one way or another.
I was wondering how long it'd take for that jacket, his coat to come off. No way was he having that on for 90 minutes.
Good challenge on Scott Taylor by Muzzy Izzard, who's now decided to make his national allegiance with Turkey, and hopefully will make the European Championship squad. Good challenge by Lennon. Ball spins out to Henry. This is Ruben Hazel, only 20. Elliott's clearance. Lennon helps it on. Muzzy Izzard. Guppy in space down the left. And a loose ball to Marn. Lennon did well to win it back. It was a claim for handball. See, Tranmere players.
Steve Guppy just appears to be getting caught a few times in possession. He comes inside Steve Guppy and he's surrounded by white shirts. A couple of times now he's given it away.
It's his first game since the semi-final win against Villa. In fact, it's almost 3 months now since Steve Guppy managed a full 90 minutes for Leicester. He had a cartilage out and hasn't properly recovered. Jones. Henry. On it goes to Marn, a young Irishman. Watched by so many Premiership clubs. Decent ball, but offside. That must have been tight. It won't count.
It's very tight indeed. But Taylor has got tremendous pace. Decides to get inside St Clair. And how quickly man spots it. Beautiful play. You can see Taylor's a yard off. The referee looks at his linesman. Quick decision from the linesman. But the threat is there. The pace of Taylor.
Heskey unable to keep it in play. The only Leicester man who started all 7 ties in the competition for them this season. Lennon turns it on. Cotty has got in behind Hill and Challoner here. Goes down under the challenge. But the referee's given nothing.
Well, the referee, you know, the Leicester fans and players looking to the ref there. Cotty got the right side. In behind Challoner. Challoner was struggling.
Lennon. Guppy. Northern Ireland international takes over again. Stephen Oakes. That is a foul.
Again, it's little Henry in there, snapping. That's his game. Stopping Leicester, the trio in the middle of the park, playing the football. So look at that area, that goal area, all them balloons. That's got to be off-putting to Murphy.
Lennon's free kick. Elliott trying to get to it. Well defended by Tranmere.
What a header that was from Jones. Fantastic. Under intense pressure.
Steve Guppy. Is it? Sinclair joins in. Heskey in space. The layoff for Oakes. And well, he only half hit the shot. It almost caused a problem for Tranmere. Now Matt Elliott. Good ball. Savage. 3 in the box here for Leicester. One of them is Cotty, far post. Headed behind by Jones for a Leicester corner.
Yeah, again, Jones getting back there. I just wonder if Savage was offside here when he put the ball, you know, when he received the ball. It's a good deep cross. Jones doesn't know what's behind them. Can't take chances.
Terry Taggart has also come forward for this Leicester corner. Izzard will take it. Hazel gets it clear. Oakes back to Guppy. Still a lot for him to pick out here. Looks for Izzard. Heskey making the run to the near post.
Oh, what a waste, Al. What a waste. And he knows it. Killer position. He's got runners in the box. Pick someone out. Beautiful ball. Henry can't get close to him. He peels away back in to help his defenders. And that's a waste. 3 in the box. Cotty, Heskey, and he hits the side net.
Made a fantastic start of the season with 8 goals in his first 12 games, Muzzy, is it? But he's only managed 1 in his last 15. And for Sky Digital viewers watching on Sky Sports Extra, we'll be following for the next quarter of an hour Tranmere's Andy Parkinson.
Big Matt Elliott at the back, you know, hasn't missed a header yet. When the ball's knocked up high, Elliott's first to react, winning everything so far. It's a good start. Leicester beginning to get into the rhythm now. 60-40.
Leicester currently 10th in the Premiership, despite only 1 win in their last 9 league games. They actually moved up a place without even playing yesterday. TranmereRovers have slipped down to 16th in Division 1. Here's Taggart. Played in last year's final against Spurs, which was won by Tottenham in the closing moments of stoppage time. Goal by Alan Nielsen.
What a big occasion for young Joe Murphy, and handling it well so far. Excellent.
And a good kick. Roberts, fine ball. Marn. Looks for Taylor and finds him. Kelly's well placed.
Oh, what a chance. The threat again from Taylor. Beautifully timed run. A first-time pass was on. Kelly was clear. And Taylor goes for goal. Brilliant from Mann. Look at Kelly, just wanting to square it. And Taylor selfishly goes for goal. What an opportunity for Rovers. Wasted. And John Aldridge can't believe it.
Well, he's only got half a dozen goals this season, Scott Taylor, and 4 of them have come in this competition. Of course, he wouldn't have been playing if Wayne Allison had been eligible. He's Tranmere's leading goal scorer and the usual partner in league games for David Kelly.
It's just a split-second decision. He had to make his mind up. And unfortunately, I think he chose the wrong option. Kelly surely would have scored.
Sinclair. Lennon. Swung forward by Elliott. Hazel gets it away. Taggart climbing all over Parkinson to get that clear. Oakes. Lennon.
Lennon was felled from behind by Henry. Referee was ducking out the way, he missed it.
Taggart's up against the flying Parkinson here. Will certainly beat him for speed, but Taggart just got his body between the player and the ball, and the decision's gone against him.
Well, Tranmere have pace, don't they? Taggart just try to let the ball run out. I think he's a bit unlucky, to be honest. But here he comes again. Challoner.
Yeah, a mere throw-in against most teams wouldn't be of much concern, but you could see why Taggart was so upset at that decision going in Tranmere's favour, because it gives Challoner what would virtually be a corner, I would think, if he gets this throw right. He's even got a bit more room to back up here.
Look at the Leicester fans going berserk.
Now the referee has stopped him. That's interesting.
What's happened here, Al? Challoner's gone back. He's trying to bend his run, and he's saying, I'm bending it to where the ball went out. The referee's saying, make sure.
He's found a gap somehow. He's found a teammate from the throw too. Hill almost getting it touched on, and out of that simple throw-in, they've got a corner.
I tell you what, he found a gap and a breeze. That went way beyond the far post. Unbelievable. What a weapon this is. Great throw, power, right the far post, and Hill climbs just a little bit too early. But this time a corner for Rovers.
Well, no wonder they were prepared to risk him despite that ankle injury that seemed to have ruled him out even as late as this morning. Parkinson. Clever little ball, but Savage read it. Well, John Aldridge, I think Alan will be very satisfied with the way his team has started here.
Without a doubt, you know, Martin O'Neill, he knows that the team are settled well in the midfield areas. No real chances. Izzet had a great chance but wasted at the side netting. But he'll be aware of this threat of pace against his 3 centre-backs.
Sinclair with a long ball. Heskey. Excellent play by Taylor. The long ball for Kelly.
His touch just let him down there. Touch let him down, but beautiful play. Beautiful build-up down the left-hand side. And Kelly knows it's a waste. Fantastic run. Just the first touch gives Elliott the chance to shield the ball.
David Kelly, or Ned as he's known to everyone in the game, playing in a Wembley final for the first time in a career which stretches back over 17 seasons for 7 different clubs. And of course he's top scorer in the Worthington Cup this season with 7 goals. Midway through the first half of the 2000 final, and they're still level here. Extra time has been needed in 2 of the last 3 finals, incidentally, in this competition. Izzard's cross beyond Cotty, just as well that Hazel got there. Guppy was behind him, and here he is in possession now. Lennon. Oakes. The back header almost picked out Heskey near post.
What a ball from Oakes. What a ball from Oakes. Right beyond the far post.
And what a ball from Marn in behind Taggart. But he recovered well against Kelly. It wasn't the most firm back pass. Flowers wasn't too happy with that.
The back pass have got to be good, because what happens now? Another throw in. Taggart's done well to cover the run of Kelly. His back pass just made it hard. A little bit hard for Flowers. Now he has to defend. Another missile. This guy can throw it over 50 yards.
Lennon with a good challenge. The ball spins for Parkinson. Challenger's still out there from the earlier throw. Henry turns it long. Parkinson, difficult bounce there for him and the nearest Leicester defender, Taggart. Here's Challoner. But he's not too upset that hasn't gone for a corner. He'd rather have the throw, I think.
Well, this time he doesn't have to run too far either. Normally it's a 40-50 yard trek up to get the ball.
And he's varied it with a short one to Parkinson. Good cross. Elliott's clearance. Near Lennon.
In a game like this, Elliott is so important for Leicester. He really is picking. His positional sense is fantastic, Elliott.
Leicester captain in possession again. Tried the ball over the top for Heskey. It was well read by Challoner.
It's one problem Tranmere have for me, Al. They do hold the line very high. They try and come out every opportunity in a line. I just wonder if they're going to get caught this afternoon.
Taggart. Hazel's got a bit of pace and showed it to good effect then. He's made a rather uncertain start for Leicester down this left-hand side. Heskey wins it back.
He's taking a knock as well. Just getting in front of Hazel at the vital moment, just as Hazel's about to launch one. And in the end, kicking right through Heskey's calf. Bang! Right in the inside of the ankle. Well, Heskey defending well, but paying the penalty, I'm afraid.
All right to continue, doesn't need treatment. Challoner with a more modest throw and sportingly returning it to Tim Flowers. The last time he played here, it was for England, incidentally, against Brazil 5 years ago. And Brazil won that one by 3-1. Heskey the target and wins it. Roberts' clearance. Lennon misjudged the bounce. Taylor and Kelly combining again. A great recovery by Sinclair. He got a lot on the back pass though. It's as well that Tim Flowers was perfectly positioned there. That could have been an embarrassment.
Nice first touch from Flowers.
It was. There's Hazel, who was released by Aston Villa last summer. Must have wondered where his career was going. And could never have believed he was going to end up at Wembley this season. Taggart, excellent ball. Heskey's made room for himself here.
Good defending from Challoner. Hill gets sucked in, Heskey spun, Challoner there to help his centre-half out.
Lennon. Offside here, Tony Cotty.
I don't like the way Tranmere play this, I really don't. They're getting away with it so far, but look how tight this is again. The ball's played now, and I'm not sure. That is so tight, it's too risky.
Tranmere have beaten 4 Premiership clubs already in cup ties this season. Coventry and Middlesbrough in this competition. West Ham and Sunderland in the FA Cup. And they were bottom of Division 1, John Aldridge's team, as recently as October, after winning only 2 of their first 11 league games. What an unbelievable transformation for them this season. Savage doing well here against Taylor. Who got the foot in, corner.
Savage is not really coming back. He's almost playing like a right winger out on that right-hand side. Forceful run, Taylor tracking back. Good challenge, good tackle.
The goal-scoring centre-half, Matt Elliott, has come forward. So too has Taggart, who's having his best season in terms of scoring goals. A lot of problems for Tranmere to deal with here. Elliott's header! He's done it again! Matty Elliott!
Well, the young goalkeeper couldn't do much about it, but Elliott's run is brilliant. If you watch closely, he loses Challoner. He runs round the back. Challoner gets in front, then he spins to his right. Challoner's in trouble now. What a fine header. The goalkeeper, Murphy's unlucky. Off the crossbar. Powerful header, and hits a young keeper on the back and into the empty net. Great run from Big Matt Elliott, and that's unlucky for young Joe Murphy. Leicester and Martin O'Neill take the lead.
Elliott's 7th goal of the season, and the man who scored the semi-final winner, of course, against Aston Villa, has given Leicester City the lead in the final. Almost half an hour gone, and had it not gone in, Cotty was well placed to tap home the rebound off the crossbar, but it crossed the line quite clearly, and TranmereRovers' problems have increased dramatically now.
That was a fine header, but his run was superb. He spun right round the back. Challoner kept looking for him, then he got in front of Challoner, peeled away at his right, and what a powerful header.
And the Leicester fans taunt some of their critics with shouts of boring, boring Leicester. Here's Mann. Can this young, inexperienced TranmereRovers team, including several players who are far from fully fit, recover from the blow of going a goal behind at Wembley? Good football now from the Premiership side. And Cotty wins a free kick followed by Challoner.
And Challoner running straight at him. Wilkie, but it's a tackle from behind. Still smarting after conceding that goal. But it was a great play from Elliott. Great run. Left Challoner for dead. Peeled away to his right. What a powerful header against the crossbar.
And Taggart tries the long-range effort.
This is a crucial few moments now for Tranmere. The youngsters have to stand tall. Just what Leicester needed. Just to settle the nerves. Look, now he gets in front of Challoner. Challoner's struggling. He comes across him. Peels away. Challoner's in no man's land. But what about this for a header? Going backwards. Powers it forward. Off the crossbar. And Murphy can only watch as it bounces into the empty net. Cotty just looking for anything that falls his way. He's not needed this time. Elliott 1-0.
Well, who needs strikers when you've got a centre-half who can score goals like that? And those early misses, in particular the one when Taylor really ought to have picked out David Kelly, beginning to look even more serious now for Tranmere. With a huge throw again from halfway inside the Leicester half this time. But Flowers has been really commanding today.
Yeah, just settling down, just taking his time now. That's the goal they needed to settle any nerves. Because Tranmere early on had threatened down the left-hand side.
Wonderful control by Heskey. The layoff finds Muzzy Izzet. Here's Lennon. Oakes. Well, there's no doubt that the criticism from people in the game who should have known better stung Martin O'Neill and the Leicester City players. They're determined, of course. The first priority is to win today. They'd love to put on a show, I know that.
Great atmosphere. Now it's the Leicester fans you can hear.
For Sky digital viewers watching on Sky Sports Extra, channel 404 will give you upfront coverage of Emil Heskey's game for the next quarter of an hour. Savage looking for Heskey down the line and finds him. He picks out Cotty. Sinclair. Cotty, good ball. Lennon. The confidence a goal can bring, there for all to see now in Leicester City's play. Claim for handball there. Mr. Wilkie either didn't see it or certainly didn't give it. Savage with the ball over the top for Heskey.
I'm just looking at Leicester now. Savage, who was playing so far forward on the right-hand side, is now dropped right back. It's almost like a flat back four now for Leicester City.
The referee having a word with Emil Heskey, who had complained to him moments earlier about the challenge by Clint Hill. Marn did well to win that back for Tranmere, but Leicester equally determined. Good play by Izzet. Now Roberts. Lennon. Elliott swings one goalwards. Heskey underneath it. The layoff for Oakes. Hit it well.
A good block with Jones. Just feel it's taking the sting out of Tranmere's attack at the moment. That Elliott goal. Leicester looking very comfortable. John Aldridge needs a little bit more spark 10 minutes before half-time.
And his team came into this final having gone 4 matches without a win. Leicester unbeaten in their last 3. In fact, John's team haven't won a single league game in the year 2000, would you believe? They've only taken 2 out of the last 18 points.
As you say, his defence, come on, keep pushing up, push up, hold that line. Let's squeeze them. Crunching tackle from Savage. Taylor doesn't want to get involved in that, it's better.
Well, Savage was embroiled in a couple of feuds against Tottenham in last season's final.
What a challenge. A little bit of nonsense, but glad they've kissed him with that.
Guppy. Wilkinson spending more time defending than he would have wanted to, because he is surely Tranmere's most lethal attacking weapon. Elliott, the goal scorer. Is it? Heskey. And Premiership quality on view from Leicester City now. Cotty. Heskey. Tremendous header. Just over.
Wow, fine move. And Tranmere are now allowing Leicester to play the football. Beautiful move. Lovely little dinky ball. And look at the power on Heskey's header. No way was Murphy getting this if it's on target. Out jumps Challoner and Hazel. Just over. Great ball. In the box. Beautiful height for Heskey attack. Just wide.
Well, he's only managed 1 goal in his last 15 appearances, Emil Heskey, but there's so much more to his game. And I think it's probably the worst kept secret in football that he'll be on his way from Leicester, almost certainly, soon. The only question is when and where to.
I don't think he's too far away from Birkenhead.
I think you might be right. Just a ferry ride. And Everton can't afford him, so that narrows the odds. Great clearance there by Flowers, and Conti was almost in. He realises how close he was.
And Chalmers just hesitated there. That could have been tragic. Second goal at this stage would leave them a mountain to climb. Chalmers once again over for the throw. This fella
gets a good cross in as well. He's all the intention on the throw-in disguises how good a player he is, Challoner. Sinclair forced to concede the corner.
I always said that about Challoner. He can mix it up out. He can take little, short ones, or he can hurl it. And now Tranmere need a goal back.
Seven minutes of the half remaining. Leicester 1, Tranmere 0. With the corner, and it's a good one. Flowers came into the crowd, and that's excellent goalkeeping again. He's really using this opportunity of a first Wembley final to show what a good keeper he is.
Well, he's right in amongst the bodies, and that's a beautiful catch. Nice ball, teasing ball from Mann. Flowers comes. Yeah, very nice. And Kelly just hit a knock to the back of the head. There's so many bodies around Tim Flowers.
David Kelly played for Leicester 10 years ago now. He played 70-odd matches for them, scored 20-odd goals before his move to Newcastle United. As I mentioned earlier, he's had 7 different clubs in his career and has twice been a losing semi-finalist in this competition in his West Ham days. So you can imagine what it means to him getting to this final.
Oh, Flowers just coming in between. Look at the bodies all piling in. You can see Kelly takes a knock from Hill, and then off the elbow of Tim Flowers.
Well, the most successful manager in League Cup history is here today, Brian Clough, who guided Nottingham Forest to no fewer than 6 finals. The old master, invited along by his star pupil Martin O'Neill, who is holding a pretty impressive record in the competition himself. This is his 6th final as a player or a manager. David Kelly okay to continue, and Tranmere return the ball to Tim Flowers, who'd immediately knocked it out to allow Kelly treatment.
And she's gone a little bit quiet now. Tranmere certainly rocked by the big fella's goal, smashing header. He's just taking the sparkle away from Tranmere Rovers at the moment. Somehow someone's got to lead it up the tempo to get back at Leicester.
Towering header by Heskey. Cotti almost sneaked in again.
We've got to try and get Parkinson in the game a little bit more.
Muzzy is it. Heskey couldn't get it back to him. And Leicester force another throw. And they'll want to guard against doing anything incautious in this final 5 minutes of the half. Here's Elliott, the goal scorer. Mann hustled out of it, but still had the skill to keep going.
Ooh, that's a booking. Right under Alan Wilkie's nose. That's nasty from Henry. I'm sorry, you can't get away with that. The referee's a yard away. Martin O'Neill didn't like it either. No options at all here. You see Henry now coming in. And that's floors him. Alan Wilkie right on the spot. Oof, as it goes down.
The second Tranmere player caution today, Clint Hill, was shown the yellow card early on. Clearance by Challoner has gone straight to Lennon. Hazel did well then. Parkinson. Sinclair's come across to this side to use his pace now against the speedy Parkinson.
Yeah, had to be a free kick, but Parkinson has been in the game. You know, Tranmere somehow have to use this beautiful open space at Wembley. As yet, it's all to feet.
Challoner's free kick is right ankle, holding up well so far. Jones with a flick on. Kelly with a good turn. Just run out of room. Taggart gets it away. Now Heskey. Brilliant play by Emil Heskey. Oh, wonderful run. That's got to be a free kick. And Hill, having already been cautioned, of course, is on very dangerous ground there.
That's good refereeing. I don't think Hill could do a lot about this. Heskey skips past Challoner. Hazel's trying to get back at him. He cuts across Hazel. Down goes Hill. Well, Hill, he's left. Watch his left leg here. Hill is fortunate. There's no doubt. Watch his left leg go high on Heskey. Up it goes. Oof. He's got to be so careful.
And Tranmere have got to be careful here to concede another goal at this moment in the game. Could be fatal for them. Set up for Lennon. Clever free kick.
What a goal that would have been. That was smashing. A little bit special, a little bit thought going into this one. Brilliant. Lennon on the right foot powers it towards Murphy's goal. And just over the top. Great little move from Leicester City. And not far away at all. Martin O'Neill, John Robertson. Can't believe it. They thought that was number 2.
Well, he's a one-goal-a-season man, Neil Lennon, and his one goal so far came in this competition in an earlier round. At their first tie against Crystal Palace in September.
Savage has gone back to thwart the pace of Taylor. Sinclair over on the left-hand side, trying to look after Parkinson, and it's working fine.
I must say, I think this myth exists that Martin O'Neill is all about motivation and knows nothing about tactics. Well, it's a million miles from the truth.
Challoner again, just on the stroke of half-time. Challoner, that line is incredible. Blue line, 52.4 metres. That's how far he can fling this.
And does. Kelly couldn't win the header, though. And so far, it has to be said, Leicester have defended the Challoner throws extremely well. Heskey up against Roberts here. Now Mann getting squeezed up in that middle third. Elliott wins it back. Savage. His kick under pressure from Gareth Roberts. There'll be 3 minutes of stoppage time. Savage caught napping there by Taylor, but it's Leicester's throw. Tranmere, the 14th club outside the top division to reach the League Cup final, and only 5 of them have won the trophy. Norwich, Queen's Park Rangers, Swindon, and 2 present Premiership clubs who are not at the top level when they won the final, Aston Villa and Sheffield Wednesday, who were the last to do it in 1991.
I just think back to that Taylor miss, John Aldridge. Had he squared it, Kelly to tap in for 1-0.
Roberts. Jones. Kelly and Parkinson in the box, but the cross easy for Flowers. And a good early throw. Guppy.
Lennon's always available, isn't he? Always available, wants the ball.
Hill hits it long. Sinclair, the man underneath it. And again with the challenge on Jones, that has even won his team the throw. Frank Sinclair was left out of the squad for last season's final as a disciplinary measure because he turned up late for a team meeting the night before the match. He it is who gets it away again to Tony Cottee. One back by Mann for Tranmere. Lennon, excellent. Heskey, even better. Offside.
Again, Tranmere, the line stepping up at a precise moment. Heskey looks to the linesman, not happy. He's only got one thing in his mind here as he goes to the 1-2. Give me it in the space as the ball's played again. So tight.
Well, Leicester certainly know their way around this competition. They've only lost 2 of their last 25 League Cup ties, and they're halfway to victory here today thanks to Matt Elliott's terrific headed goal. Tranmere started in lively fashion and caused Leicester City 1 or 2 problems early on, but once Leicester had got the lead, they really have threatened more than once to add to it. And Martin O'Neill's team have produced some good football and go into the Wembley dressing rooms at half-time with a deserved lead. Tranmere have got a long way to fight back to get into this game now. It's Leicester 1, Tranmere 0.
Goal down, we could have been 2 or 3 down, but we're still well in the game. Let's go for it. So I think he'll be encouraged and say, come on, you know, get a goal here, and there's all to play for.
Matt Elliott's goal separating the 2 sides at the moment. At least Tranmere haven't frozen. There was that slight fear before the game, Nigel.
I think they started extremely well, and as we said, their goal was against the run of play, but then Leicester have got on top. So Tranmere need to start the same as they did the first half. They need to start sharp and take the game to Leicester, and hopefully we'll have a good open second half.
Steve is too excited to say anything at the moment. We'll wait until the end of the game before hearing his words of wisdom. Let's rejoin our match commentators, Alan Brazil and Alan Parrott.
Well, certainly all is not lost for John Aldridge's team. In fact, Tranmere are the first club ever to reach the League Cup final, despite losing 2 ties along the way. They began the competition with a defeat at Blackpool in August, which they overturned in the second leg, and they lost 3-1 at Coventry in the second round. But since they'd already won their home leg 5-1, they went through comfortably on aggregate. No aggregate, no away goals to worry about today. A simple matter of getting back on level terms with Leicester City, who are appearing in their 3rd final in the last 4 seasons. Sky Digital viewers watching on Sky Sports Extra, David Kelly is the subject of our player cam for the first 15 minutes of this second half, which Leicester City get in motion. No changes made by either John Aldridge or Martin O'Neill during the interval. There were tactical changes made by Leicester, of course, in that first half, with Sinclair now at left back in an orthodox back 4, Savage on the right. And he gets the ball, or will eventually hear from Muzzy, is it? The Welsh international turning it back to the goal scorer and captain, Matty Elliott. The long ball aimed at Heskey, cleared by Hill. Roberts gets his foot right through it. A difficult bounce there for Kelly, who was barged over as well by Taggart. Hazel's clearance. Taggart is there for Leicester, but misdirects his header. Kelly well placed in the middle, and a very optimistic effort then by Scott Taylor.
Suddenly Taylor finds himself with a bit of space. Well, he's caught in 2 minds in it. It's a waste.
Joined the club just over a year ago now from Bolton Wanderers, and only a few years back was a non-league player working at Heathrow Airport. It's a great example to everyone of how careers can change suddenly and dramatically in this game.
I'd like to see this fella on the ball more. Man's a clever player with the ball at his feet. And Parkinson as well. He needs more of the ball.
Lennon wins it back and finds Oakes, who certainly justified his manager's selection. Steve Guppy takes on Hazel and gets round him this time. Good covering by Challoner.
I think one thing John Aldridge, apart from raising the troops, he would have talked to this little fella. You know, that nasty challenge over the touchline, he can't afford to do another one of them and leave his teammates down to 10 men.
Heskey with a terrific header onto Cottee.
Well, Cotty getting to the ball first in front of Gareth Roberts. Makes good contact, but straight down the throat of Murphy. Good flick on from Heskey. Cotty reacts the first. Right foot volley. Good save.
Kelly now for TranmereRovers. Roberts. Is it slipped at the vital moment? Still got a foot into the challenge.
Tim Flowers is a little bit unsure about that one. Sinclair was talking to him. They looked at each other. Unfortunately for Leicester, no one at the far post coming in. Good skills from Roberts to say he's got on then a launch one right to the far post.
Well, Tim Flowers has certainly done everything asked of him so far. Strangely enough, his opposite number, Joe Murphy, hasn't had a lot to do, even though Leicester not in the lead here. There wasn't much he could have done about Elliott's goal. Is it? Heskey. Is it takes on Roberts down the outside. Oh, wonderful cross. Heskey almost met it. Good defending by Tranmere. Oakes' shot is blocked.
Well, Jones has been absolutely floored. The referee just having a look and stops the play now. But what about that ball? Jones flung himself in front of Oakes for the volley. But this is brilliant from Muzzy, is it? Gets his right foot round this. Beautiful ball. Challoner gets there first. Jones realises Oakes about to let one go. Bang, right into the back space, the base of the spine.
Feeling very winded, Gary Jones, on what incidentally is his 200th appearance for his only club, TranmereRovers. They'll be going off, but only temporarily so.
Well, Tranmere need a goal just to set this cup final alight.
Clearance by Marr, but Leicester keep the pressure on. One of the greatest ever goal scorers in the history of English football, and how they could do with his finishing skills out there today. Player manager for a couple of years, of course, scored over 170 goals before he just became manager.
So a brilliant play from Oakes, getting back there. He's really come on this season, Stephen Oakes.
And he wins it back again, but has given it away to Henry. Mann stabs it forward, just a little too hard for Scott Taylor.
Just got to keep pressing away at this Leicester City side. Martin O'Neill knows it's not over yet. He wants a little bit more effort. Doesn't want, oh dear, doesn't want to let Tranmere back in the door.
Played himself in 3 successive finals in this competition in his days at Nottingham Forest. 2 wins and a defeat. Here's Taggart. Picks out Cotty. A layoff to Steve Guppy. Well, they doubled up on Guppy today and kept him reasonably quiet.
Yeah, they keep showing him inside.
Muzzy is it. He's had an excellent game. That's a good ball too for Cotty. Well, he couldn't quite turn because of Challoner's intervention.
Well, it was a great play from Izzet. Robbie Savage wanted a first-time ball, but suddenly Izzet come inside. Dinky little ball. Good turn. Just off balance, Tony Cotty. Excellent. Izzet right in where it hurts, into the box. Challoner stands his ground. And Roberts comes to the rescue for TranmereRovers.
As he is its 4th season now with Leicester, a player that Martin O'Neill spotted playing for Chelsea's reserve team. And a foul on him gives Leicester a free kick. And I think the statistics underline what a good contribution he's made so far.
There's no doubt with Lennon and Izzet in the Leicester side. It really gives them an extra 25%.
Sinclair. It's a lovely ball down the line for Steve Guppy. Corner. No, it's gone the other way.
We can't believe it. We fair the linesman. Right up along with play. The lineswoman, I should say. Wendy Tom right on the spot. Does Guppy keep it in? I think he probably did, Wendy.
Roberts. Given away to Is it? Now Heskey, the very strong wind at Wembley today, is behind Leicester's backs in this second half. Heskey, for once, hustled out of possession.
One thing I'd say about Heskey again, yeah, he's been powerful, good header, but he's not really had any strikes on target again. I'd like to see him getting a shooting opportunity, just half a yard and letting fly. He's got to be hungrier for goals.
Leicester have had a problem in that department. Only 16 goals in their last 18 games in League and Cup. Some space now for Roberts. Quickly closed down though by Is it. Parkinson has switched for the moment anyway to the left flank.
That's great play from Is it, isn't it? Look, Is it, Lennon, Savage, all round Parkinson.
Well, if they do nothing else, Tranmere, they will battle and battle till the final whistle. That's a decent-looking cross from Roberts. Taggart gets it away, only as far as Marn. He miscontrols it.
Yeah, Jones just bounced off Taggart there. Tried to put the big Irishman off. He just stood his ground, Taggart.
Steve Guppy, good ball. Almost caught Cuddy by surprise there, and that tackle has left the Leicester striker injured.
That was Henry again, but caught his touch for once, let him down. Normally his quality with his first touch, just getting away from him, but little Henry has to be careful. Tough, tenacious little tackle, the ball's there to be won. You see it's the studs that are showing. Cotty grimaces in agony. Full-blooded 50-50.
Tony Cotty, 4 times a Wembley loser as well in his career, and well, we all remember his tears of disappointment when Leicester were beaten late on last season. Is he about to pick up the first medal of his fabulous career?
Still struggling. He's thinking, I'm in for treatment tomorrow.
Kelly. Taggart, a good challenge. Challoner. Impressive run by the big centre-back.
Oh dear, right. I can't really see that one from Mr. Wilkie, but Challoner was very unlucky there. Now he's out of position.
Tranmere thought they were getting a free kick. They conceded one. Steve Guppy. Heskey. Is it totally unmarked far side of the penalty area, and he's found him.
Oh dear.
What a chance. Tranmere will feel that justice has been done, however.
Well, definitely. Challoner went in a great run there. Got penalised. Now he can't get back. Guppy delayed it. But look at Is it in oceans of space. Heskey says, go on, Muzzy. Finish the tie. His first touch is terrible. And back comes Man. What a chance for Leicester to seal this tie. That touch there gets away, and that's poor. Man getting back. But earlier, Challoner, how can he be, he's penalised against. There's a bit of tug in there from Lennon. Down goes Challoner. Handball, says the referee. And suddenly the big centre-half way out of position.
Well, how serious will that miss by Muzzy Is it prove to be? Sinclair with a no-nonsense clearance.
Well, end-to-end stuff now. But what a chance. Will Leicester pay for it? And John Aldrich now on his feet now. It's his turn. Well, he's a little bit unhappy about the referee's decision. But Challoner again with a chance to hurl one in.
Hill is forward near the penalty spot, so too is Kelly. Touched away by Sinclair. And Is it, who must be a contender, that miss apart the man of the match, goes forward again and finds Heskey. Good tackle by Roberts.
Brilliant from Roberts. What a find he's been. People felt he'd no chance of making this Wembley final, but look at this, bang. Times it to perfection.
Little Welshman from Wrexham.
Tell you what, Alan Wilkie. Well, we shouldn't laugh, should we? I think the old calf might have gone. He's come dancing.
What a blow that would be for him. He's been looking forward to this Wembley occasion, the first major final of his career for so long, and this is his last season, and he looks in big trouble to me.
I tell you what, there's a sniper in the crowd. He's big on the stretcher.
Well, the other officials today, we've already mentioned Wendy Toms, Phil Richards, the fourth official, Paul Armstrong is the other linesman, so they will have to divide up their duties between them now, because sadly, and this is a unique Wembley occasion in so many ways today, the final League Cup final under the Twin Towers, the first ever female official, the first ever woman chairman in Lorraine Rogers of TranmereRovers, and as far as I can remember, this is the first time ever a referee has been stretchered off.
And I also wonder what Wendy Tom's thinking about. Mind you, I think this guy's made his mind up. He's got in a lap of honour. Give him the cup.
Well, as the nominated fourth official, and therefore the senior of the others on duty after Alan Wilkie, it will be Phil Richards' duty now to take up the whistle, check the timepieces, and give us a most bizarre moment of Wembley history.
Well, we shouldn't laugh. I think Alan Wilkie's in big trouble there. I thought he was refereeing the game well, although a few months ago Tranmere didn't think with Challoner been penalised. But look at the face on the referee. Big problem. Let's hope it's not too serious.
Well, going back to those old black and white newsreels of the finals in the 1950s, we saw a little bit of Stanley Matthews and so on. We remember players breaking legs and being stretchered off quite regularly in those days, it seemed, but I can never ever recall a referee having to leave the action in a major final. As Savage looks for Heskey near post, Mr. Richards' first decision is to give a goal kick.
Great play here from Challoner. He just throws himself at this. Savage with the outside of his right foot bends one in. Challoner just launches himself at it.
Almost an hour gone, and most unusually there'll be a couple of minutes stoppage time because of an injury to the referee. Elliott's clearance finds Emil Heskey. Lennon. Savage with the ball over the top for Heskey. Well defended again by Tranmere. And Heskey, I think, has been given offside.
He's changing linesmen here, the referee. He's just forced Wendy Tom back in the other end, and the linesman down here into the right-hand end, below us.
There's probably some logic in that, but it escapes me at the moment. Challoner picks out Kelly. That's good control. Jones. Taylor trying to get away from Sinclair. Hazel with the cross. Jones' header was weak and easily cleared by Savage.
Tranmere just need a little bit of pace in the ball when they're crossing. It's too easy for Elliott when they're big up and unders.
Because of that unfortunate injury to Alan Wilkie, of course, we now need a new fourth official, and I gather it is a gentleman called Mr. Stephen Brand, who comes from the Wirral, so John Aldridge won't be too distressed to hear that.
Oh, what a tackle there from Jones. Jones and Lennon. Lennon just retaliating a little bit here. In fact, I think Henry got caught by his own player.
And it's all sort of distracted from the action, the events surrounding Mr. Wilkie, and broken up the pattern of what was an exciting start to this second half.
I think Leicester have just gone a little bit ragged here. I think Tranmere all of a sudden smell a little chance of getting back in this cup final.
Indeed they do. And scrapping away and winning possession again in the middle of the field. Hill. What a good ball that was. Taylor.
Tranmere
fans shouting, screaming over on the far side. I thought Sinclair read it well. Lovely ball from Lennon to pick out Cotty, who's got inside Challoner's tackle. Hazel recovered well. Now is it? That's a corner.
That's great play again from Izza. Izza is covering every blade. Fantastic against Parkinson, saying, go on then, I'll take you on the outside. He's not worried about Parkinson's pace. Just gets right to the byline. Little touch off Roberts' corner.
Well, Sky Sports digital viewers watching on Sky Sports Extra, Matt Elliott is our player cam for the next 15 minutes. That 15 minutes might start spectacularly here, judging by his first half goal from this sort of position. Over his head this time, though. Muzzy is it. Lennon. This is Taggart. Lennon takes over again and finds Heskey. Chance here for Heskey now. The referee's got to make a decision here. Oh. He's off. Clint Hill joins a small, sad list of players to be dismissed in a Wembley Cup final. And when you think he got away with that challenge in the first half on Emil Heskey, he just sailed too close to the wind.
Well, I think his booking in the first half was an atrocious tackle, I have to say. There was no need for that. It was a horrible tackle on Oakes. But is he unlucky here? He gets the wrong side, try play offside. The left foot just catches Heskey. He's the last man. Heskey's clean through and goal. The referee has no option. No option. Tranmere, the players and supporters are furious. That's the problem. He gets the wrong side. His left foot takes the legs of Heskey. Free kick, he has to go.
It's the 10th dismissal of Clint Hill's career. A very sad disciplinary record. And getting off and sent off at Wembley, even more spectacular, of course. And his side now a goal down. I've got to play on with 10 men. And things could get worse from this Leicester free kick. Oakes into the wall.
We said earlier, Alan, about how Tranmere like to hold the line high, how they try to push up. I'm afraid that might have just cost them this final. Hill just pushing up, Heskey sneaking in behind. Goodness me, he needs a miracle.
Well, Hill's a very good defender, but the red mist descends far too often. I'm sure he's been told about that time and time again by John Aldridge.
It does, and you have to feel sorry for Parkinson now. Parkinson's one of the ones who could exploit Leicester with his pace. Because Hill's off, he has to go now.
Yes, a necessary tactical change to bring on a defender in Steve Yates. Andy Parkinson's pace and skill down the right or left has been sacrificed now. Steve Yates, the former Bristol Rovers and Queen's Park Rangers player, will go straight to the centre of the defence. Straight into action as Savage goes on a great run here. And indeed, Yates sees action within seconds of his arrival.
Well, that's a great run, but Roberts doesn't panic here. Roberts in the box, he knows if he dives in, he's in trouble. And Yates gets his first touch.
Muzzy is it. Heskey. Very calm defending by Hazel. Well, which way does he go now? Well, strangely enough, the linesman seemed to indicate a corner there, and the referee was given a goal kick. Certainly Mr. Richards has not hesitated with the early decisions he's had to make, including that crucial sending off.
Yeah, you can see his little toe poke from... Well, I think Heskey toe poked that. Wow, can Tranmere, is a dream of a European place, is all over. Down to 10 men, one down.
Leicester scent blood now, but Tranmere, as we have said more than once today, are gritty, tough competitors. They'll keep running. But they've lost not one but two key players in a sense. And Hazel's lost possession. Emil Heskey off and running again. Lennon with the ball over the top. That's offside against Oakes, far side.
Great challenge from Challoner. I think Challoner, you know, when John Aldridge thought that he'd no chance of playing on Friday, hasn't he battled on well? You know, he doesn't look as if he's carrying any knock at all.
Absolutely, he really has been a revelation. John Aldridge told me that even this morning he didn't think that Challoner had a chance of playing. Well, he has, and he's played well. Now Tranmere have got another problem with physio Les Parry having to just check if everything's in the right place with Nick Henry. Another player on a yellow card, of course.
I think Tranmere might have to go direct football shortly. Just take a chance. The problem is Taggart and Elliott are winning everything in the air. There's a little push there on Jones, referee having none of it.
Well, Tranmere have had an incredible season and they've overcome the odds so often. If they can rescue this final, that would be their greatest achievement of all. A goal behind, down to 10 men.
Great play from Oakes. Heskey give it away. Oakes suddenly appears in the scene. He's had a smashing game.
Sinclair's clearance. Gets it back from Steve Guppy. He's had to hold the line there, otherwise he would have been offside, and now he's lost possession. And this happens so often in football, despite the dismissal of a player. Tranmere seem to be having one of their best little spells in the game. It's brought them together, so to speak.
The problem is Al Flowers hasn't had to make a save second half.
Roberts. Jones. Oh, it wasn't a bad effort from that range. Taggart blocked it. It'll be a corner if it goes, and it has done.
You know, Leicester City really have, they owe so much to the centre-halves, Leicester City. Real wholehearted players. Elliott with a goal, Taggart with a block.
The Tranmere fans gathered at that end of the stadium. Challoner near post, Jones and Kelly near the penalty spot. Marnes corner. And Leicester City looked in a little bit of trouble for a moment then.
Oh, Kelly and Jones were there. Was it a push?
I say Hazel's done an excellent job today for Tranmere. It's his speed of recovery that got him out of a sticky situation again. Kelly goes tumbling and complains to the referee.
Well, I thought earlier on, just a moment ago, Kelly went down, I thought.
20 minutes to go. May not have been a classic final in a football sense, but it's always been interesting, this. And it's still in the balance. Sinclair finding Oakes out on the left. He's in a difficult position.
I'll tell you what, Tranmere really lifted the arm. Ah, superb.
Well
superb from Savage.
And now is it? Again looking for Heskey. Yates across on the cover this time. And Mann. Challenged by Oakes. It's a throw. And it's Tranmere's.
This is spirited performance here from TranmereRovers. 10 men, but still pushing forward. It's caution to the wind now for John Aldridge's men.
Given away by Yates.
Oh, Heskey, he's picked a wrong ball, caught he was in.
Steve Guppy takes on Hazel. And gives it back to Yates. Taylor and Kelly combining, but Leicester have it back. It's to Tranmere's enormous credit that Leicester haven't been able to finish them off. Challoner going in hard there on Izzard.
Challoner committed there. His foot was high. Not a nasty, dirty player by any means, Challoner. But this nearly takes Izzard's head off. Referee in a good spot. You see Izzard's just too sharp. It's got to be a yellow.
Challoner and Henry on yellow cards now. Clint Hill already dismissed. Steve Guppy, his best cross of the game. Yates gets it away. There's Elliott again.
What a controlled volley. I tell you, the guy's a box of tricks. Big centre-half, great skills.
That's disappointing from Alan Mann.
Especially when Taylor came to feet there and pointed feet. Man looking for the ball, try to use his pace. John Aldridge, shake of the head. Where do we go from here? What do I do? A man short, 73 gone, 1-0 down. Is the dream over?
And is there another trophy on the way for Martin O'Neill, a Wembley winner 4 times as a manager in his days with Wickham and Leicester? Henry, challenged by Lennon. Elliott winning it back for Leicester. Good ball from Mann this time. Kelly's layoff, bit too hard, I think, for Roberts.
Still Tranmere try the football. They know the long, hopeful ball through the middle will be easily swallowed up by Elliott and Taggart.
Well, considering Tranmere are a division below Leicester, of course, the fact that they have several players less than fully fit, plus the fact that they're down to 10 men, you've got to give them full credit for their performance today. Leicester have played some good football and deservedly lead, I think, but the game is still in the balance as we move towards the final quarter of an hour. Sinclair switches play unsuccessfully. Kelly with the interception. Mann driving on.
That's a waste. It's a waste. Taylor's given him a run from right wing, right across. Look at the movement from Taylor. Mann decides, time running out, I'll try and hit the target.
Martin O'Neill set to make a change here. I understand that Andy Impey is about to come on. Yates for Tranmere. This is Roberts. Savage's clearance was a good one. Lennon. Thumping clearance by Elliott. Heskey in pursuit. Good work again by Challoner.
Yeah, he had to get there before the ball bounced.
Into the final quarter of an hour then. And Leicester about to make their change now. Andy Impey, who's never played here at Wembley in his club career. He wasn't eligible for last season's competition after having earlier played for West Ham. Will take the place of Stefan Oates, who did a good job.
Well, it's a resilient Leicester side, isn't it? You go back to earlier rounds, the Fulham match. How did they get back in that? Incredible. People were saying after that night, their names were on the cup. And that's the way it's looking likely to prove.
Impey straight into the action. Roberts dispossesses him. Yeah, Leicester were only 5 minutes away from defeat in that tie you referred to against Fulham. 2 goals behind, in fact, with just a few minutes remaining. Somehow or other rescued that. Got through on penalties. They've got through on penalties against Leeds United, of course. Sky Digital viewers watching on Sky Sports Extra, Alan Mann is the subject of our player cam for the final, well, just about 13 minutes now. Swinging free kick and a chance here for Kelly. He scored! David Kelly! Tranmere are level against all the odds.
Would you believe it? Fantastic. The Cup's top scorer pulls another one out the bag. Fantastic positional run. Great header down. The finish is tight, and he beats Forrest at the near post. Flowers flailing down to his right, and a great strike from Kelly. Tim Flowers might not be happy about his position here. Sneaks in at the near post, and the Tranmere fans behind the goal erupt. Kelly does it again, 1-1.
Unbelievable scenes of celebration around Wembley. And David Kelly, at the age of 34, has scored one of the most crucial goals of his career. His 8th in the competition this season. He was already top scorer for this season's Worthington Cup. And that makes it 28 now in 61 ties in this competition. A terrific record from a terrific professional who has suddenly and dramatically brought this Worthington Cup final back to the boil. 10 men on the field, but Tranmere are back in it.
Incredible. Incredible.
How did they know that was going to happen?
Unbelievable. We only need 10 men. Brilliant. What a finish. Composure as well. John Aldridge would have been proud of it. Just been told by the fourth official, calm down. How can you? Fantastic.
Foul there by Savage on Kelly. Only 10 of the previous 39 finals in the League Cup have ended level after 90 minutes. Is that going to happen today? Or are the final 10 minutes here going to provide us with even more drama? Alan Mann's free kick. Flowers came to claim it. It was an uncertain punch away. And an opportunity for Roberts to show his pace there.
Tell you what, just bounced up awkwardly as well for him. Goodness me, tension-packed Wembley now.
It's a lovely ball from Lennon. Cottee finds is it. And again, Roberts battling to keep him at bay.
Roberts has played sensationally well, hasn't he? Considering that terrible injury. And I think Izzet was brave there. Izzet could easily have gone down. There was little contact in the box. Izzet stayed on his feet.
Well, football's capacity for surprising you has no limits. Guppy's corner is a good one. Elliott! He's scored again! Matty Elliott regains the lead for Leicester City in the last 10 minutes. What did I say? Football never loses its capacity for surprising you.
Wow, what a match. He blows a kiss to someone in the crowd. What a star this guy's been. Again, he outjumps Challoner right on the 6-yard line. What can you do against this guy? Towers above, plants a header just inside the post. Guppy's best pass of the match. Great ball. Elliott does it again, his second, and his side second.
Well, what a week this looks like being for Matt Elliott, whose wife is due to give birth very soon now. She might have done so in the last few minutes with all the excitement of this final. Her husband has scored twice, and his incredible knack of getting goals when they matter has given Leicester City a lifeline again. And Tranmere's joy was very short-lived indeed.
Oh, fantastic. John Aldridge, the highs and lows of a big game. How does he feel? Punch in the air, then 3 minutes later, his side are 2-1 down again.
And those who said Leicester's names on the cup will truly be believing it now. But Tranmere haven't given up. Elliott proves he can still defend as well as score goals. Two wonderful headers. Heskey. Steve Guppy, who delivered a terrific corner for that second Leicester goal. Lennon. Heskey finds Guppy again.
Steve Guppy won't be too unhappy about that one, because his corner, beautiful ball for Elliott yet again. He hasn't missed any. And then on connect to Epsom and Newell, and Carl Shelton should be very, very proud of this man. Fantastic. Challoner can do nothing. They're together. It's just his strength and his power. Elliott sneaks in at the post. Murphy's disgusted. He looks up. Can't believe it. But the celebrations start. Fantastic.
Well, I remember when he was at Oxford United, a lot of Premiership managers looked at Matty Elliott, and most come away thinking, no, too slow, not good enough, won't be able to do it at the highest level. Martin O'Neill had faith in him, took the chance, and my word, how that faith has paid off, especially today. Now Elliott's got to defend again. He and Heskey getting in, and Tranmere have got a corner. Yates headed it against Heskey.
Good ball at the far post. Searching cross. Up go the heads. Heskey back there. Another corner. I just wonder how Tim Flowers is feeling. Beaten at the near post. But Kelly, was a good strike. Now he has to desperately come and catch one.
Marne's corner kick is a useful one, but Elliott gets it away. And Impey gleefully seizes on the loose ball up against Henry. Lennon. It's a good ball for Is it? It's 3 against 1 at the moment here. Cotty completely unmarked on the far post. And it comes out to Lennon.
Oh! What a match this has turned out to be. Lennon can't believe it. But Cotty was screaming for it. He said to Izzy, get your head up, get your head up. Little fella who's in a great game goes on his own. Good stop from Murphy. Lennon thinks, here we go, the third one. And wide. That definitely would have tied it all up. There's a good chance, trying for the top corner. Murphy sailing across his goal.
Well, it might not have pleased one or two of the purists, but I've got to say, I think this has been a terrifically entertaining cup final. And we've had a touch of the unusual about it right the way through. And it ain't over yet. 5 minutes to go. Foul by Taggart.
Silly foul, Taggart. He's going nowhere, Taylor, from behind. Tranmere send up the big boys. Can Challoner perhaps this time get his head on it?
There's no mountain too high to climb for these Tranmere players. Can they get back in the game again? Decent free kick, and Flowers at full stretch to keep it away. Corner.
The one thing about man, he can put beautiful balls in. Now he has to take the long hike to take the corner again with his left foot. Teasing the keeper, he can't catch. One-handed, punches away for a corner.
Sinclair who got it away. He felt he was being pushed from behind, but a corner is the outcome.
Well, Jones is a target at the far post. Aldo dreams of, come on, just one more. Time running out, 4 minutes remaining.
It's another decent corner. And Jones almost got his head to it.
He holds his head, he holds his head in his hands. He's close, he out-jumps Taggart. Just can't get in on it.
Yet another corner. And yet another as Heskey heads behind this time.
And there'll be moments moments for Martin O'Neill on his side. 2-1. Another corner.
A fourth successive corner for TranmereRovers. Flowers took it well.
He's not happy. It's a little nudge in the back. Tim Flowers complaining here. He sees a bit of shoving, pushing going on. I think it's Kelly who just catches him.
Good ball forward by Roberts. Given away by David Kelly. Guppy. The ball over the top. Somebody went down there. Is it under a challenge? However, the linesman on this side had already flagged for offside.
Is it few minutes? Henry who just caught him. Exchange words as they run back now.
And Leicester are going to send on a substitute here in the last couple of minutes. It's one of the old brigade in place of another. Tony Cotty will make way for Ian Marshall, who's actually their top scorer in the competition this season with 3 goals. And a couple of them came in that dramatic match we talked about earlier against Fulham.
I think it's fitting that Marshall comes on. The Fulham fans won't enjoy it.
More defending for Leicester to do, but now they break with Steve Guppy. And straight away Marshall gets a touch. Guppy has continued his run forward. And he's unmarked in the middle. Marshall unable to find him. Should be Taggart's. A little nudge there from Taylor.
A shoulder to shoulder, surely. But Jerry Taggart's a big lad. John Aldridge says, what is going on? Taylor's guy's entitled to go for this. Look, shoulder to shoulder, nothing more.
We're into the last minute of the 2000 Worthington Cup final. The last ever staged at Wembley Stadium as we know it, before the reconstructed stadium takes shape. Are Leicester City going to win the trophy and, of course, a place in next season's UEFA Cup?
Well, Heskey just went down a clash with Yates. Maybe it could be a little bit of time wasted, a bit of professionalism here. You see Yates. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe an arm, but nothing really connecting with Heskey's face.
Another stoppage, however, and including that quite lengthy spell when the original referee, Alan Wilkie, was injured. I would imagine we're going to have at least 3 minutes or so to be added on. We'll know in just a moment.
Once again, man will plant this right in the box.
4 minutes stoppage time. It comes out to Kelly again. It's a decent ball into the far post, and Flowers has produced a fantastic save. He may have been at fault for Kelly's goal, but that could be a match-saving stop.
Taylor can't believe it. Can't believe it. What a ball here from Kelly. Taylor, his right part of the far post. Good header. Off the crossbar. What a near miss. Taylor agonisingly off the top of the bar. Aldo, get in. Just too high.
Flowers trying to find some room in that crowded penalty area. And again, Leicester were at full stretch to get it away. Roberts pumping it back in again. Lennon. Chance for Marshall to break clear. Tranmere have committed so many men, they're fully stretched to the back here, but is it? Couldn't receive the ball, which was played in behind him from Impey.
Martin will be going berserk. He just wants possession. Possession. Don't go for a third. Just keep the ball.
Lennon finds Impey. Only Heskey ahead of him. Marshall short. Well, Yates had to take control there as the young keeper came racing out to him.
Leicester in no rush to take this corner. I think Yates has done the right thing here. Young Murphy's coming out. He's looking at him. Can't wait. It's good defending. Guppy, Lennon, just strolling over the ball. Leicester fans looking at the ref, looking at the watches. Europe, here we come.
gives it back to Guppy. It's all about keeping possession now and keeping it in this half for Leicester. Heskey's been unable to do that. Savage. It's a good ball. Sinclair. Marshall's made the run down the left, but he couldn't find him. Anxiety now for Leicester. Nobody wants to make that crucial mistake, of course. Sinclair goes in hard to try and win it back. Izzet seemed to be hauled back. Heskey takes it on, and Marshall in possession. Again, Tranmere looking stretched here. Heskey slows it down.
Is that obstruction, or is he allowed to do that? Heskey and Challoner just getting involved now.
So, theoretically, we're into the last 60 seconds now.
Whistles from Leicester fans.
And Roberts pumps it long, but an easy ball for Taggart.
And Elliott's going to get all the acclaim, but Taggart alongside him has been excellent too.
Lennon. Impey. Referee's glanced at his watch. And Impey's been caught in possession. This could be the last throw of the dice for TranmereRovers.
Oh, just trying to find Scott Taylor from man. Can't do it. He's worked so hard, man. Very tired now.
Shrill whistles from the Leicester fans all around the stadium as Roberts pumps the ball long. Not good enough.
Oh, referee's blown. Just when Guppy thought, here we go. Well, he didn't expect this afternoon, did he?
Seemed to be indicating there's another minute to play. Or perhaps he was saying that was my first mistake.
Great support for Tranmere here. They're really enjoying, applauding the team's effort.
Elliott, the hero, gets it away from danger once again. Murphy knows he's got to get this ball as far forward as he possibly can. It's all over though, and for the first time in their history, Leicester City have won a Wembley Cup final. And Martin O'Neill has done it again. So has Matt Elliott in fine style. Fantastic scenes of celebration by players who are on their knees and in tears just 12 months ago when Nielsen's late winning goal gave Tottenham the trophy. Well, it was an optimistic banner to write this morning, but they were right in the end. And you have to give fantastic credit as well to TranmereRovers for the part they have played in this final. Especially coming back from the loss of Hill.
Absolutely. You go back to the earlier rounds, losing the first leg against Blackpool, and suddenly Tranmere here at Wembley. What a show they put up. But Martin O'Neill, well, he took a little bit of flack, a little bit of stick just several weeks ago. He doesn't care now. Fantastic. At long last, he gets his Wembley win as manager of Leicester. And Europe beckons. Brilliant.
And with that black humour that only football fans can employ, boring, boring Leicester, is the chant ringing around Wembley. It's from the Leicester fans.
I can see John. He was almost there, down to 10 men. Kelly putting them back in the match. What was he thinking just 3 minutes later? 3 minutes later, man of the match, Elliott produced another header.
Well, to say that Leicester have had an eventful season is an understatement. Boardroom upheaval, the little incident, shall we call it, in La Manga. All kinds of speculation about Martin O'Neill's future, Emile Heskey's future. Some dramatic results, some disappointing performances as well. But in the cup competitions, they have been excellent. And now they've got a trophy to show, and they can look forward to playing in Europe next season. Well, A year ago, Tony Cottee was in tears. He said it was the worst moment of his career when Leicester City lost here against Tottenham. Now, at long last, after 18 years, Tony Cottee has got a medal, or he will have in a moment. Before that, he's talking to Alan Bentley.
Tony, a first major honour after all these years. How do you feel right now?
Ecstatic. We've waited a long time for this. Makes it all worthwhile. 17 years I've been waiting, so I'm really pleased.
The difference from last season couldn't be more marked, could it?
Well, no, that's right. No, it was, I said before the game, it was all about winning today. Lads have done fantastic. Just really pleased Europe next season.
What about Tranmere? Were you surprised how they battled all game?
Deserve an awful lot of credit because they played really well. Great finish from David Kelly. And good luck to them next season.
1997, you're playing in Malaysia. Not quite on the football scrappy. Here you are at Wembley. What a turnaround.
It's all gone well, innit? Yeah, just keep playing as long as I can. I'm still enjoying it. That's the main thing.
And how much you owe to this fella on your right here?
He's a great finisher, isn't he? It's not just a big centre-half.
Matt, if we can bring you in 2 goals today, is this the biggest day of your career?
Oh, silly question, isn't it? Brilliant. I mean, Muzzy's been slaughtering me from a heading ability all year. And last couple of games, you know, it's gone over my head. Unbelievable, really. 2 goals, cup final.
Of course, you got the winner in the semi as well. You were cup-tied, though, against Borough. What does it mean to you to be going up those steps in a few minutes?
Well, I've been thinking about it on and off, as have a lot of the players, you know, like, especially being able to pick up the trophy. And, you know, actually it's happened now. I've been trying to block it out. It's going to happen any time now, so I enjoy it to the best. Good luck.
Well, David Kelly will lead the losers, and for once that old cliche gallant losers is particularly appropriate, up those famous 39 steps to receive their medals. They will be absolutely dejected at this moment, but when they look back in years to come at the video of this occasion, I think they can be proud as well of the way they have played. This is a first division club that almost went out of business earlier this season, and I well remember the day when they almost went out of the league altogether. They had to win on the final day of the season against LeicesterCity at Prenton Park. Otherwise, they could have dropped out of the league and into the conference. They did manage to win that. They didn't manage victory today. But if you'd have said to TranmereRovers at the start of the season they'd be playing in a Wembley final, they'd have called for the men in white coats. John Aldridge, well, Wembley, strangely enough, for a guy who had a fantastic career, has got 1 or 2 unhappy memories. He hasn't been able to erase the memory of 1988 today. But as we have said many times, Wembley is a stage for winners, and that's what Leicester City are today.
How does this guy feel here? What a moment this is. Boy, does he deserve it. Fantastic.
Leicester City, the Worthington Cup winners, and they will be in Europe next season. And Brian Clough, I know he said to Martin O'Neill, hey, young man, don't bring me down there and then lose. Don't bring me down there and then not play well. I think Cloughie will be happy.
Definitely, definitely.
Well, you're never tired of watching these scenes, do you? The joy of winning a Wembley final is still one of the greatest feelings in football. Especially for this guy, Tim Flowers. He's never even played in a major Wembley final before. Yes, he's enjoying the moment. Gilchrist very unlucky, by Martin O'Neill's admission, not to be in the starting lineup. Impey, his first ever appearance. Peggy Arfix had a couple of great penalty saves earlier in the competition, and Marshall also enjoying his moment, but no one will find it sweeter than the man they call TC and the man they call the Mad Irishman. He's done it again. He's a winner. John Elsom, his chairman, who has stood by him and vice versa through difficult times behind the scenes at Leicester City this season, also enjoying the moment to the full. A handshake there for Alan Wilkie. Good to see he's recovered sufficiently well to enjoy his moment in the spotlight. But handshakes all round for Martin O'Neill, who knows this scene well.
He's savouring every moment of this, is he not?
Well, Tim Flowers But Martin just getting a handshake there from Bill Kenwright, the Everton chairman. He almost joined Everton, of course, a couple of years ago. Tim Flowers, the Leicester City goalkeeper, is with Alan Bentley.
Yes, Tim, a first major final. How did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it thoroughly. Unbelievable atmosphere. I'm a lucky lad, really, to have got any chance. A lot of people don't get a chance. I've had to wait a long time for it. I thought we battled very hard, so did Tranmere. Brilliant, very, very even game, as I honestly thought it would be. There ain't a lot between us, but maybe we just shaded it.
What a bombardment you faced at times.
Unbelievable. One or two of the lads said that who played against him, that you won't believe how long his throw is, and they were right. I mean, anyone who can clear the trouble is he mixes it up. Sometimes it comes to you and it goes over your head, but you just have to try and deal with it best you can.
Very quickly, a year ago in the reserves at Blackburn, and here you are at Wembley.
I know, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. I've worked very, very hard throughout all my career to get to this stage. Maybe it's just a little bit of wide reserve. It's fantastic.
Well done. Go get your photo taken.
Well, what a transformation from 12 months ago when, of course, it was Tottenham Hotspur who were posing for the winning pictures and the Leicester players were just slinking off the pitch and dreaming of what might have been. Today, it has happened. Steve Claridge, Dave Bassett and Nigel Spatman are with me. The studio rocking around us. Those Leicester supporters down below are lapping this up, and Steve, so are you.
Yeah, obviously it's a popular result with me, but I just wanted to say before anything, Tranmere were fabulous, absolutely fabulous. They deserve so much credit for the way they performed. I mean, time and time again, you look at the game and you write them off, and they kept coming back and they kept coming back. And if they win with a real chance, if Leicester hadn't scored immediately, they looked like they got back in the game, and it's going to be a real ding-dong battle from then on in. So, I mean, full credit to Tranmere.
Yeah, Dave, winners are always remembered, losers very quickly forgotten in cup finals, but David Kelly can be very proud of his team, can't he?
Yeah, Tranmere can be very pleased with what they've achieved. I mean, particularly when they went down to 10 men. I mean, they've been done on two corners, really, and Matty Elliott's a handful in that respect. But they can go back and hold their heads up high and say we've had a tremendous run in the Worthington Cup. We got to the final, we acquitted ourselves well, we played with a good passion, we played enthusiastically, and they got back to 1-1, and they just needed to stay at 1-1 a little bit longer. You know, they got killed off straight away, and that was a shame for them.
Right result in the end, Nigel?
I think it's very, very close. I mean, it could have gone either way, really, when Tranmere got back into it. But I think, as Steve said, all credit to Tranmere. They really did make a game of it. I don't think it should have been a sending-off, but we'll look at that later. I think Heskey was actually offside and Izzet was offside. We'll look at that later, but that's what's happened. And in the end, as Dave said, done from two set plays. But I think all credit to Tranmere and Leicester for putting on such a good game.
Tim Flowers, his first major final, and a title for him as well. Let's hear from one of the other Leicester heroes, Neil Lennon. He's now with Alan Bentley.
Neil, you've won it before, but what does it feel like to win it at Wembley?
Marvellous, Alan. I can't put it into words, you know, and it's a tribute to the effort of the boys and the club and the management, and I thought we were worthy winners on the day, really. You know, we missed some great chances in the second half, and could have been 3 or 4 in the end, really, and we could give away a sloppy goal. It's disappointing from our point of view, but you got to give Tranmere credit for tremendous fight back, really.
That spirit that you've shown throughout the cup run very much evident again.
Yeah, but I thought we played well. You know, I thought we knocked it about well, and you know, we opened them up in the second half, and you know, we're chasing the goal and that. Muskie's had a good chance. I've had a good chance, and I probably would have lived to regret it if it had equalised near the end. But it's a tremendous day, and you know, I'm really pleased for everybody, but especially pleased for myself. Like, you know, especially after last year, what we went through, and that's it's going to be a good night tonight, I think.
Now you're at Beckhams. You're going to stay a bit longer than you did the other week.
We're in Europe? Yeah. Well, I hope we get Rosenborg, you know, because we owe them one for all the nice things they said about us. But it's brilliant to be back. We had a great time in Madrid a few years ago and give a good account of ourselves. So hopefully we can do it again.
Thanks a lot, Neil.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Neil Lennon, who along with Mussy Izzet and Emil Heskey also played in 97 and 99. Captain magnificent today, Elliot, wasn't he, Steve?
Oh, it's fabulous. He scored the winner in the semi-final. He scored obviously the 2 goals today, and I mean, there's not a lot wrong with his performance apart from that as well. And always very dangerous. We've said this before. Always dangerous set pieces, and I think on the day they did deserve to win the game. They had more than enough chances to win that.
And a sweet moment after all the criticism earlier in the season, Dave, that they were a bit negative, a bit dull. needed to sharpen their act up. This is the perfect response, isn't it?
This is a good game. Does it matter? On some games you are boring. Sometimes you have to defend. The game's about winning. You know, again, nobody remembers anybody who called them boring in the previous rounds. Martin O'Neill, you know, sit at home tonight because the winners can smile. You can forget about everybody else, can't you? So it's absolute nonsense talking about teams being boring. You have to apply yourself at that particular time. You go out to try and entertain and win. But as Martin said before, he wanted to have a great game, win and entertain. He said take it in which order. I know what order he wanted to win.
I think we all did, yeah. Muzzy is now with Alan.
Muzzy, when Tranmere got it to 1-1, were you rude that miss of yours?
Well, I thought I'd blown it, yeah, to be fair. I should have put that away. I took too long on the ball and someone's come in and tackled me. But up steps Matty again to win us the game, so I'm delighted.
How tough was it out there?
It was tough. We knocked it about quite well, but when they went down to 10 men, we should have really gone on to kill the game, but they've come back into it. Good goal from David Kelly, I think it was. But like I say, Matty stepped up again the last couple of minutes and won us the game.
You said it before, but you guys owe a debt of gratitude to some of the unsung heroes who are in the stands today.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of players have brought us here. It's a team game. We haven't got the biggest squad, but the squad got us here today. In on penalty shootouts, we had a couple of penalty shootouts. We managed to win them. But at the end of the day, we're all here together. We've all won it together.
Thanks a lot. Well done, Muzzy.
Cheers, thanks.
Well, Steve, you were giving him a fair bit of grief when he missed that opportunity. Just as well, I think, for him that they won the game. Otherwise, you'd have had a few words afterwards.
Yeah, there was I mean, to be fair, like Neil said, they opened them up second half. They used the wide open spaces and they did have a few chances. And I think Muzzy's the first to admit. He's a good finisher, actually, Muzzy. He'd have been disappointed because his first touch wasn't as good, and that's one of his strong points. Going back to Matty Elliott, I just think it's a team game, but to score the goals, I mean, it's really extra special. And Matty's got some night ahead of him.
He's pressing for a full-time place up front, isn't he?
I think, as we said, I mean, they're all talking, Steve's saying that they opened about second half. I think the sending off obviously changed the game in a way as well, because with the way that Tranmere had to play, you know, they had to push forward, and then they were breaking on them, opening them up with the system they play. But I mean, Lennon had a chance, it had a chance. But for them to keep plugging away with the system they had to play in the end, and Kelly getting the goal, it did make for a very, very good cup final. I think in the end Leicester did deserve to win, but I think Tranmere can hold their heads high, and John Aldridge especially.
Let's hear from the winning manager, Martin O'Neill.
Martin, a real emotional roller coaster. What are your thoughts right now?
Well, you're right. It was emotional. It really was a roller coaster. I'm sorry I've lost the voice here, but I'm just absolutely thrilled. I'm thrilled for the football club, and especially thrilled for the players.
I mean, what does it mean to you on a personal level as well?
It's fantastic. You know, to win here at Wembley is every manager's dream. And to actually, when we think about it, at the beginning of next week, we've actually qualified for Europe as well. So it's magnificent. But on the day, it was just enjoying the day. It's magnificent.
Your mentor, Brian Clough, was watching. What will he have made of today?
I've actually seen him up there. He's just said, and he just actually congratulated me and said, very well done. But it was fantastic. I was really pleased to see him here. I don't know whether I've been too pleased to see him if I'd been beaten. But it was great, and I thought it was an excellently entertaining match and plenty of excitement.
A quick word on Tranmere and how they played.
Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. First time here, no nerves, and they really, really played magnificently. And it takes two teams to play well.
Thanks for talking to us, Martin. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well, his voice has just about lasted the day. I think one more question, and it might have gone for good. He won't care. The celebrations will go on long into the night. He can lubricate that throat for several hours to come yet. That's not fair on Tranmere. Now, there's a great choice of action still to come tonight. On Sky Sports 1 at 5:30, live Scottish football, Dundee against Rangers. And at 1 in the morning, live wrestling action from the WWF in No Way Out. On Sky Sports 2 from 7, live golf, the last day of the Anderson Consulting match play. And if you're watching on Sky Digital at 6, there is more Spanish football, Deportivo La Coruña against Real Mallorca. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, more reaction to Leicester's golden triumph, thanks to their captain.
The world's top 64 golfers in single elimination match play. Looks like destiny has a tee time. The World Golf Championships once again bring the best from the world's 6 tours. And it all starts with the Anderson Consulting Match Play Championship. Head-to-head competition continues at La Costa Resort and Spa in California. Exclusively live, the World Golf Championships continues this morning at 6, Fox Sports.
February on Discovery Channel. Guilty Pleasures. Usher in the Year of the Dragon with some lavish and self-indulgent treats. The greatest summit of all, Everest. Insurmountable obstacles shrouded in mystery, challenging all who attempt to reach the top. Crocodiles. Scientific research into their unique system of blood circulation might make heart bypass surgery a thing of the past. Frozen Heart. Once ridiculed, this Russian technique of freezing the body has now been proven effective beyond doubt. Flight into the future. Today's sci-fi could be tomorrow's reality, with aircraft that reach beyond the limit of the skies. New discoveries in February on Discovery Channel.
On April 1st, Showtime's throwing a party you won't want to miss.
Tonight is our Independence Night.
Can't hardly wait. Coming soon to Showtime.
Can't feel my legs.
I have no legs!
Tonight, live on Fox Sports 2, after the Eels tasted victory for the first time in 2000, the Cowboys face a tough one at the Parramatta Stadium. The NRL live, 7:30 tonight. Parramatta in North Queensland, Fox Sports 2.
Robbie Slater. Why soccer?
Basically, my parents were English. They immigrated here when I was just a baby. I was actually born overseas, and that's really why. Mad Liverpool supporters, and I followed suit.
First time.
I was about 7 years old, I think. I even started before that in the backyard with my dad.
Your hero.
Dennis Lilly and Jeff Thompson were big heroes, fast bowlers, and I thought they were the bee's knees.
Proudest moment.
I would generalise one moment as in playing for Australia, and then I'd go a bit further and say playing against Argentina in '93, and obviously winning the premiership with Blackburn.
Game defining.
I mean, I would be very biased and say Liverpool did in the late 70s and 80s, but I think that'd be quite wrong. It'd be a shame not to mention Brazil. You know, the ultimate fantasy in football.
Great Aussie moment.
I think Pat Rafter winning the US Open. The first time.
US Open men's singles champion.
Soccer's future.
Well, I think in Australia we've got to make the World Cup finals. That's the first step. We've got a great thing with this Northern Spirit thing going on.
Future goals.
I mean, I'd like to be successful with this Northern Spirit. I'd like for us to win a championship if possible. I'd like to coach. I don't know where or how or if it's with kids, but I think I'd definitely like to stay involved in that way and put something back into something that's really given me everything.
Your role.
With the Northern Spirit, I am the club captain, and that means everyone doesn't like me.
Style of play.
My style of play, I would say, powerful. I like dribbling. Yeah, a lot of power, speed.
Great game.
Goals, definitely.
Routines, rituals.
Yeah, I have sort of a set thing I do every day, and it goes with eating and putting on a particular pair of underpants, which is pretty embarrassing, but I don't think I'm the only one on that sort of score, so...
Biggest rival.
In England, I always found it very difficult to play against Dennis Irwin.
Pressure.
Now, usually I just run off, try and dig a hole in the middle of the ground.
Today's stars.
I think Ronaldo's still got a huge margin for progression. He's only, I think, 21, 22.
Aussie flavour.
I think we're definitely getting the players. I think, you know, there's more and more quality players. You know, you got your Harry Kools, Bosniches, Ned Zelic is doing very well in Germany.
Your weaknesses.
Weaknesses? Oh, I lose my temper. I'm terrible on the field.
Any advice?
You just got to work hard and you got to be mad for it.
Martin O'Neill, Matt Elliott, and a cup. Doesn't get much better than that for a manager and a captain. Winners there, also a loser, John Aldridge. He is now talking with Alan Bentley.
John, I'm sure you're disappointed, but how proud are you of your players tonight?
Yeah, they give me enormous satisfaction, not just today, but right throughout the competition. Fantastic. You know, other teams would have laid down and died, 10 men, 1-0 down. But we've shown an awful lot of battle, commitment and character, and got ourselves back into the match. They've done themselves, and they will very, very proud indeed. They really have.
Is it disappointing though that two almost identical goals?
That's the one thing that hurts me. At half time we said that can't happen again. You know, a goal off a corner, and it's going to happen again. That's something that we can't do. Normally we're quite good off corners, marking corners, but to have two scored at Wembley against you, you know, and none in general play hurts.
What were your thoughts, John, on the sending off of Clint Hill?
I honestly don't know. I thought a few bookings there where they didn't have to be handed out, I must admit. Leicester never got, I don't think anyone got booked in the Leicester side. It's a shock, isn't it? When the Premier lads don't get booked, and our lads always seem to get booked when you play in the Premier League side. But no, I think the referee should have shown a little bit more leniency first half.
You had some players out there who weren't fully fit, Dave Challoner, one or two others. They gave everything, didn't they?
Yeah, we did. That was the worry today. Yeah, Dave, Clint and Gareth. We're not 100% fit, but total commitment. They got through, the adrenaline got them through it. And we defended in general play very well. You know, we limited them to the chances when they got chances were when we were chasing the game, really. So the lads done very well in that respect.
Got a big game coming up in midweek. Can this spirit that you've shown today carry through now into the league? It's important you start picking up points, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've been forced by certain people to play after the Wembley, which disappoints me. But I'm looking forward to the game very much so, and I'm sure the lads are.
Thanks a lot, John.
Pleasure.
Thanks.
Well, that league game is against Portsmouth at Fratton Park on Wednesday night. Of course, Steve, you'll be playing in it. From your point of view, you're probably quite glad that they've lost today, or not?
No, not really. All I expect is a very difficult game. I think they've run Leicester very, very close today. They said they've shown a lot of bottom and a lot of character today, and well, it makes for a hard game for us, unfortunately.
But how hard is it going to be for him now to haul his players up and say, look, after that glorious Wembley appearance, we've now got to fight against the relegation?
I don't know whether it would be harder if they'd won or if they'd lost to raise their game, because obviously when you lose, you always want another game pretty soon after to put it right. And I think they realise now that the league situation is quite critical for them. They need a result, and you know, unfortunately, it's us they'll be playing against.
Let's have another look at the main moments. 3 goals and a sending off to reflect on. Dave, here's the first.
Yeah, this is from the corner. Challoner gets called out, Elliott peels round the back of him and he doesn't really deal with it, and he's always chasing, but it's a good delivery, good movement by Matty, and they get a tiny break in terms that it hits the bar and comes back and hits the goalkeeper. That could have hit the bar and then gone clear, but you just need those little bits. If it don't hit the keeper, it's quite possible that could be clear, but it's a good effort by Elliott. It's a great header,
and this is
the
great finish, isn't it?
Yeah, that's tremendous. Gary Jones does well with a good header. Kelly working off the ball. You can see he gets up. It's a good touchdown, and Kelly finishes excellently. He's whacked it in at the near post. It's a difficult one. He's kept it low for the keeper, and the pace has beaten him. And at this moment, you think, well, this is going to be interesting. But straight away, they go down the other end, and Elliott uses his strength. He's in the box there, and he tucks it away in the corner. Some people say have somebody on the post, he clears them, but you know, pays your money, he takes your chances. And Matty Elliott's a hero. 2 goals from 2 corners. Brilliant.
Such a deflating experience, having got back into the game. What, just 2 minutes later to concede the second one?
Yeah, it is. You need to hold on, especially with 10 men. You need to hold on to that goal and make sure that it goes to extra time. But you know that Leicester are very good at set plays, and Matt Elliott especially, and that's what's let Tranmere down in the end, because they played some wonderful football today. So did Leicester. I thought it was an entertaining game, and credit to both managers and both teams and both sets of supporters.
Now, Nigel, what about the sending off? You had 1 or 2 fairly forthright views.
Well, I was looking here and I thought that's offside, because they've actually come back and the ball's played and then they've gone, so they're in an offside position there as the ball's played. They're both offside. Heskey's offside and Muzzy is offside in the top of the picture. As he plays it here, Lennon, he's coming back. That's offside for me.
The foul still takes place. So how do you read that?
The lines, the assistant referee has got to give it offside for me, but if he hasn't, then the referee has got to give the free kick, and his last man is a sending off. But in the first place, it was offside.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd given the free kick in the first place, you wouldn't have, the incident then wouldn't have run.
Yeah.
And it would have cancelled out at source, so you wouldn't have had that situation arising.
It's the 10th sending off of his career, his 6th in 18 months. I mean, that is just too much, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've played against Clint. I think he's got to learn that he can't win every ball. You know, sometimes you've got to hold your ground. Sometimes you've got to wait for people and see what they do, because he does tend to probably a little bit rash at times.
Of course, it's the second year running that a player has been sent off in the League Cup final, just in Edinburgh 12 months ago. This is the scenes inside the winning dressing room. Is that pure orange juice, or is it laced with champagne, do you think, Dave?
I don't think they'd tell us. If I was Martin, I'd have some champagne in it.
Yeah, I bet you
I'm sure he has.
Steve, how long does it take to really let the whole thing sink in?
You just, obviously a little bit tired now, you're just calming down and everything. They'll be looking forward to the night, and I think that's when they'll really start to enjoy it, because the hard work's done now, obviously. And
I think they can go back away and say, well, we're in Europe next year. We've got no problems about relegation or anything. Let's just enjoy the rest of the season. They've enjoyed it today. I mean, all those players in that squad who have taken part in this competition, you've got to talk about Peggy as well, who saved them with the penalties. But, you know, they've ridden their luck, but they've played some good football along the way, been knocked along the way. But today, they just about deserved it, I thought.
And all the sweeter after what happened last year.
yeah, like I said, I think we were just saying that unfortunately no one remembers the losers. I mean, as you saw, I mean, I think the Tranmere end was clear before the Leicester lads actually started their walk around the pitch, so you can see the disappointment in everybody's faces, and there is only one winner on the day, I'm afraid, and we'll all just remember Leicester winning the cup, unfortunately.
OK, Dave, Steve, Nigel, thank you very much indeed for your company this afternoon. There we are, TranmereRovers' first ever major final after 116 years. It didn't have a happy ending, but for Leicester, 12 months on, it is smiles all round. From us all, for now, at Wembley, it's goodbye.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway to heaven. And as we wind on down the road, I shadows taller than I sold. There walks a lady we all know, who shines white light and wants it show. How everything still turns to stone. She's buying a stairway to heaven.